Tyran. What up, baby?
Cheers. Toast the crime.
Certain malls we was built upon it. Some are living through them, some were killed upon it. Gon' deliver opinions how we feel in moments. Straight deliver the real with no filter on it. Breaking news, what's the breaking news? Had you wondering where he gon' take it to? Just getting some shit off of his chest. So welcome to Big Talk with a vet. The First Amendment is freedom of speech. We here to debate, we eager to teach. There's some misinformed people we eager to reach. And there's a bunch of information we need to seek. The homie Tyran got the pot on lock. Lot of props, just the equivalent of the barbershop. Some topics light, some heavy, some life, some deadly, some right, some messy. But the homie speaking his truth, so just listen. And he ain't really giving a about your opinion. The mission, open your ears, you can let them in. This Big Talk with a veteran. Certain malls we was built upon it. Some are living through them, some were killed upon it. Gon' deliver opinions how we feel in moments. Straight deliver the real with no filter on it. Breaking news, what's the breaking news? Had you wondering where he gon' take it to? Just getting some shit off of his chest. So welcome to Big Talk with a vet.
Big Talk with a vet. Family Tyran Cosby. You already know what the fuck it is. No filter.
Beer Talk with a Vet is a raw, uncut, and unfiltered conversation about the minority male experience. Hosted by retired U.S. Marine Corps veteran turned CEO Tyran Cosby. Whether you are a rookie in the game of life, a seasoned vet from the School of Hard Knocks, or somewhere in between, sit back and listen, laugh, or learn as Tyran sounds off about hot topics, culture, and manhood. Here's Tyran.
What it be like, good people? What it be like? Can you hear me out there in YouTube land? I guess that's where you at. But what it be like, y'all, man? I really appreciate y'all joining in for what I call my last live freebie. I say ever. My wife is not allowing me to do any more free work in the 2025. So this is kind of sentimental for me right now because, well, no more free work. But I hope everybody doing good, man. I'm really, God damn it, Dean, boy, I'm so glad you can make it. Boy, God damn it, Dean, you make my day. But either way, I really wanted to do this, man. Oh, shit, my girl cares. All right, y'all got to forgive me, man. I get a little excited because this one was definitely 100% dedicated to my veteran family that's out there, because I know y'all out there deep as a mofo. I really want to be able to show you guys how to maneuver a lot of this stuff through through Wall Street, through the stock market, whatever you want to call it. I want to make sure that you guys get pretty much a good feel of it. And baby, what it be like, man. But I want to make sure y'all get a good feel of it, because right now I know a lot of y'all may not mess with it at all. And you don't mess with it because of what you was told, what a friend did. You got people that lost money, whatever the case may be. Well, I just want to let you guys know, hey, man, yes, you can lose a lot of money, but you can also make a lot of money. All right. And I don't want you guys running away from this, because this stuff is very important to all of us. All right. God damn, Julie Jude, you know you better be here. I crack your head. But I really appreciate it. And I don't really know who's on, so you guys know me, man. I'm always start with the basics. I'm gonna run through who I am, what I've been through, and why I feel I'm probably in a good position to tell you guys how you can maneuver and change your lives, So I'm gonna actually kick off I got a PowerPoint here. So one of the things I like to do, man, is I like to break all of this down, and I'll sometimes do it with kids, whether it's high school, it's junior high, it's shit, I don't really even give a damn. It could be the elderly in the in the elderly home. I don't really care. Like, if somebody's interested in growing their money and learning how to make money while doing absolutely nothing, man, you my type of conversation buddy, and sit your ass down and let's have a conversation. That's how I feel about it. So the stuff with Wall Street is not fake. Yes, it does take learning. It takes time. It takes a lot of grind. For those of you that know me, you'll know if I see something and I want it, I'm just not gonna stop. Like I'm just gonna do whatever it takes to get it. Meaning I'm gonna study. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna figure out a way to get here. Because at the end of the day, I'm a goddamn Marine. No is not an answer for me. You understand? If I get a no, I just know I'm talking to the wrong person. So that's my mentality with everything. So that's how I approach this Wall Street stuff. Yes, you can lose a lot of money, y'all. I did, and I did it for you. And I felt so bad about me losing money that I don't want y'all to lose money. So that's what all of this is for. All right. So anyway, so let's get ready to kick this show off. So pretty much, man, this stock market talk, I feel that I can do it because I've been through a lot of stuff. I've been through a lot, some good, some bad, whatever. But every time I was in some type of situation in my life, I was in charge of something, meaning I didn't have any time to sit down and get down. You know, I didn't have time to cry. I didn't have time to do a lot of things. I was too much in a leadership position. So that kind of molded me into the person that I am now today. So many of you may know me as Tyran. Many of you may know me as Gunny. Many of you may know me as Butthead. I don't know what you call me, but you may know me as that. And whatever it is, that's fine. But I will say my name is Tyran the Gunny Cosby. So you always see me posting a zillion times every 45 seconds. And I'm letting you know, Gunny's at home. I'm bored out of my mind because I did 20 years in the Marine Corps and I have now been retired about 13 years. I don't think y'all even heard what I just said. Let's let that shit soak in for a second. Retired for about 13 years. So most people, when they reach retirement, say, man, they old and crusty. You know what I'm saying? They falling apart and everything. Man, I've been retired since I was 38. I retired and had to figure out who I was while I was retired. So, you know, when you're going through a lot of that, it's like work was the least of my worries at that time. So anyway, while I was in the Marine Corps, I did get sent to Afghanistan. I served a year over there. While over there serving that whole year, shit, I don't know, something's mentally wrong with me because I was really comfortable there in Afghanistan, and so much that I got awarded while I was there. Some of my time, things that I enjoyed doing while I was in, I got to be a martial arts instructor while doing my time in the Marine Corps. And as crazy as it sounds, it's nothing like you and your best friend getting up in the morning, kicking the living crap out of each other for about 4 or 5 hours, then go to lunch and then go to work and then just kick it for the rest of the day. That's a different type of bond and a different type of friendship. So when I crossed over to that path, you know, it was a little bit different from kicking it with the rest of my Marine buddies. Because, you know, once we crossed over to the martial art instructor path, we just literally kicked the shit out of each other in the bar and everything. And that's ha he he. Yeah, we do that now. That's kind of considered PTSD, you know. So things that I wanted to do when I retired, man. One of the biggest things that I wanted to do when I retired was become a chef. That was it. I just wanted to become a chef. I don't even know why. Well, I know why, because I love cooking as a kid and everything. So I got to do that. So I went to culinary school. I became a professionally trained chef. And while there, I got to meet really one of my best friends to this day, but one of the baddest damn chefs in Atlanta. His name is Chef David Rose, as we call him, but Big Rose, as we call him. But yeah, I got to cook with him, travel the whole world with him, y'all. Like, not only did I travel the Marine, you know, the world in the Marine Corps, but I left. I became a chef, and then I traveled the world doing that. So it was like, again, work was the least of my worries doing most of this because this was work, you know? So while doing my culinary thing, man, my buddy made Chef Rose, we made a pact with each other. We say, hey, man, we just want to do something different. That's just off the wall crazy. So I say, hey, man, you know, my kids bet me $2 that I couldn't become an actor. I said, man, I kind of want to get on TV and become an actor. He said, hey, I just want to become, every time you turn on the TV, you see my chef skills everywhere. And we make that pack and we put it into the universe. And if any of you guys know Chef David Rose or myself, you know you can't even turn the TV on without seeing him somewhere. So he's living up to that dream. Some of the other things that I've done that people don't know, I am a serial entrepreneur. All right, I am addicted to starting a business. I'm addicted to starting a business. And the reason being is because once I started learning the tax code, I realized, oh, damn, I've been bamboozled my whole life. You understand? Once you become, you understand how tax code work and business work, you'll learn that everything that you love and you have a hobby in, you need to make a business in that. Because if you're spending money in that anyway, then now when you know the tax code, man, you need to get to everything. All right. So the kind of, yeah, trust me, if you watch that, you blink, you're gonna miss me. I promise you, blink, you miss me. But in Napoli ever after, one of the coolest things I got to do was I got to work what was called behind the scenes. So behind the scenes, you get to be you go with the actor. So when you're acting, you got what's called A team, B team. A team obviously are the celebrities, and B team are the ones that either look like them or act like them. So I got to do that. So if you ever watch Napoli the actor, the main character, which was the boyfriend, I was his stand-in. So wherever he went, I went. So if he had a shot, if he had a shower scene with Sanaa Lathan, I was in the room with him. If he had a dinner scene with Sanaa Lathan, I was in the room with him. So it was kind of one of those things where I was like, I was living that Hollywood life, and I wasn't even known as a celebrity because everywhere they went, I got to go. So I got to sit there and I got to watch Sanaa Lathan. We eating lunch and dinner and talking. And I'm texting my buddies like, man, y'all will not believe this. So either way, but that's kind of me in a nutshell in that. Some of the things, like I say, the combat awarded, while I was there, I will forever stand on this. I will forever stand on this because I say that there are people, not to knock them, but a lot of people got like captured and stuff in the combat zone, so on and so forth. Me and people I know, we kind of exceeded what was asked of us in the combat zone. So as other people are getting kind of praise, I'm like, hey man, me and some of my partners rate praise. You know, we're just humble enough to shut the hell up and be. But if I really wanted to be cocky, then yes, I could be like, say, baby, let me be the first to tell you. And Kels was there with me. Yes. Matter of fact, I wouldn't have made it through Afghanistan without Kels. Us out there cussing and fussing and yelling. Like we had to cuss at each other to keep from choking and yeah, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, you're in the combat zone. So that's one of them places where most people don't really excel in the combat zone. They want to lay low and stay the hell out of there. So also, while acting, for many of you know, there was a short film called Trombone Jones. Trombone Jones was about a Marine who returned home from Afghanistan, and he was trying to live with the things of his PTSD. Man, when I saw the role of that, I'm like, oh, bro, I have got to audition for that because that's me all day long. So I went out for the role. I was cocky as hell because I figured everybody that was there auditioning for it, they wasn't a Marine with PTSD who'd been to Afghanistan. So I'm like, bro, you can't out-act me on this one. So literally, needless to say, I wound up getting the role. I had no clue how to play a damn trombone, by the way. I had no damn clue how to play a trombone, but I'm the type of dude that if you can get me in the door, I got me from there. You understand? So they asked if you ever played the trombone. I said, yeah. So I got in the door. I got the acting gig. When it was time to play the trombone, I said, oh, snap, by the way. Yeah, I ain't never even touched one of these, bro. So we wound up getting me trombone lessons, and it was actually from a well-known trombone player. But either way, I'll start rambling on that. I did stage plays, and then the biggest one, well, not the biggest one, but one of the biggest ones that I did was The Walking Dead. So I always say, if you ever blink, you'll miss me. But if you don't blink, you'll actually see me. So one of the coolest things I got to do was me and my family, we loved The Walking Dead. We watched it every Sunday. So on and so forth. So when I made that bet with my kids that I can get on TV, I actually wound up getting on The Walking Dead. So one of the goals to me was doing this was, it wasn't that I gave a damn about acting. Man, I can even give a care about half of the crap I do. I just knew that, well, if I get next to some of the most famous people in the world and celebrities, well, they'll forever be known in the world. So if I'm next to them, then that means my face will forever exist, even in my death. So as my kids have kids, it might be for a second, but one day they'll be able to go, hey, look right there, that's your granddaddy or your great granddad. So yeah, so that was kind of my purpose of everything. So my man Stu, did you Stu? Hey, Stu, hey, say, baby, I feel good then, man. I feel good because I watched this, Stu, and I didn't even see me. So, but what else we got? So my chef life, like I said, I got to travel the world. One of the coolest things I got to do as well. If you know me, then you know when I was active duty, I said that when I retire, I will work for the Atlanta Falcons. There was no ifs and buts about that. But I didn't know what I was going to be doing. If you know me, you know I said I just wanted to be the ball boy, you know, just get the fucking footballs off the field and go take them somewhere, and I'm cool. Because I would have been supporting my, you know, my favorite team. But I wound up, once I was in culinary school, I saw that there was an opportunity for a chef gig at the Falcons camp. And they told me that I wouldn't get that gig because I wasn't seasoned enough of a chef. And if you know me, if you tell me I can't, well, you just effed up because now I'm going to make every day me proving that I can. So needless to say, I went and got the chef gig, and I wound up being like living my dream job, working for my dream team. I don't think I could have asked for anything better than that. So, but for me, it was like one of those things that once you do it, it's like, all right, well, that was cool. On to the next. You know what I'm saying? So I wound up dipping, and then that's when I started traveling with my best friend David Rhodes. All right. I might have froze my shit up, y'all. My shit froze. All right. It's always something with these folks. Yeah, give me 1 second. Hold on, y'all. My mouse done died. Hopefully you can still hear me though. Hold on. All right. Hopefully y'all can hear me now. Damn. The rat of a mouse died. Okay. All right. Where we at here? Miss Joy, I appreciate that. I appreciate you. You know, hey, us folks, we gonna always mess something up, ain't we? All right. So I'm back in the house now, y'all. So if you know me, then again, as I stated, I am a serial entrepreneur. So you know I have Life Behind the Beard that I kind of work with my brother. If you know him, Gary Mobley, and I also have Beard Talk with a Veteran. So that's kind of me on my entrepreneur side. Now, what is financial freedom? Every financial freedom looks different to everybody in the whole entire world. Financial freedom to me is any and everything that I can do with my family. I don't care what it is. As long as they can be there with me and we ain't hurting and we ain't going to be evicted. I mean, not evicted, but kicked out when we come back, then, hey, I'm cool with it. It's not really the big cars. It's not the big house, any of that. Nah, it's just making sure that I can be with them. So that's financial freedom to me. Anywhere that we can go and we can always be together, I'm solid. All right. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. Now, I would say this. I always say, you're ready to beat the rat race, because I really feel that after this conversation with you guys, you're really, really, really going to know kind of how to make a little bit of extra money than you did before. All right. So if you're watching this right now, you can take a screenshot, and please, I don't mind, take a screenshot of my screen. These are terminologies that I really, really, really want you guys to learn, because if you learn these, then I've just sped up your whole path to trading. All right. I've just sped it up. Like I probably just knocked 2 years off of your life if you guys can learn these terminologies, because they'll be said a lot. All right. And as you get into different things, from trading stock to trading options and futures, so on and so forth, all of these will play a factor with you. All right. So first things first, what is investing? Investing is simple, man. It's the buying and holding of stocks. It's just that. Some of you right now have probably seen me post stuff on social media. So then you'll run and grab it, and then you'll buy it. And then somebody else will say something, and then you'll run and grab that, and then you'll buy it. And then somebody else will say something, and then you'll run and grab. The next thing you know, you got at least about 40, 50 damn stocks in your portfolio that are really not making you any money. And you're looking at your stuff and you're going, why am I not making any money? And you're going, Wall Street is a ripoff, because every time I make money, I lose money, and yada, yada, yada. Well, yes, all of that is true. But investing is very, very simple. All right. It is the buying of stocks. And sometimes when we buy these stocks, we buy these stocks to hold them for retirement. Maybe we want to do it for our kids' college. Maybe we want to do it for our kids' graduation, so on and so forth. Stocks grow slow. All right. So you may buy a stock today, and by tomorrow, that stock is like, I don't know, you may buy it for $10 today and then tomorrow it's $10.50. Well, you made 50 cents on the stock. So therefore, in order to make a lot of money, you got to have a lot of that stock. You understand? In order to make money, stocks move differently from a lot of things. So they're very slow, but they're not risky. I look at stocks as this. Stocks is that uncle that we all had. Now mine, I love the hell out of my uncle. My uncle was called Uncle Abe. He was the type that he would give you $50 for your birthday. And as soon as he give it to you, he would ask to borrow $25. And he would say, well, nephew, you can't tell me that you don't have it because I just saw you get it. So he would always say, too, if he owed you money, as long as I owe you, you'll never be broke, nephew. Well, I just want to say that that's stocks. All right. As long as you own stocks, well, you'll never be broke. You might have paid for a stock today for $500, and in 10 years, it may be worth $10. But until you sell, you locked yourself in with them losses. So we don't know what a stock can do. It may be $500 today, and tomorrow may be $3. And in a year from now, it may be $1,000. We don't know with stocks. So that's why we always say, if you never sell, you're never broke. If you never sell, you're never broke. All right, so what is trading? Trading is a little bit different because investing is a slow growing. And trading is a lot different because now you're buying with the intent to sell soon. How soon? I don't know. That's on you. All right. I don't know. But hold on, who is that? Don't do okay. Hey, no, you tell Uncle A don't do me like that. See, what you talking about? But anyway, the buying and selling of stocks more frequently. So with when it comes to stocks and trading, we'll be buying these stocks and stuff. We'll buy it today and we may sell it today. We may buy it today and we'll sell it next week. We may sell it who knows when. But the point is we're selling it. We're not holding these for 10, 20 years. We got intent. So the most popular way and the way that you probably see me and other traders are talking about is we're talking about options, stock options. All right, stock options. So stock options move totally different from stock. Stock, if it moves 50 cents, then it's just 50 cents in a stock move. But now when you're doing options are you're saying that, well, if a stock is $10 today, I think that the stock will be $12 by this time. So looking at trading, it's no different than you do with any of your sports betting, fantasy betting, whatever. You're saying you'll put LeBron in your lineup, in your fantasy lineup, and you're saying, I think he's going to get 35 points tonight and 12 steals. Well, investing is almost the same thing because you're saying in the options world, hey, I think this stock is going to move $10 in this short period of time because I read up on them and they have this great news that they finna release. So those of you that's out there and you're buying stuff off of Amazon, and like right now, I guarantee you probably the few people that's probably watching this, at least one of y'all didn't swipe the hell out of your card at Amazon. I guarantee you have. So with that being said, now when Amazon stock runs up, people that invested into Amazon, they're going to make a lot of money. So those stock option traders are betting on a price of stocks going up and down. So as I say here, option is one of the most popular and rewarding ways, and it's one of the most stressful ways. Most option traders are bald or receding, and I'm both of them. You understand? I'm both. And I'm down here in Georgia, so in Georgia, we don't say both. No, we say both with an F, you dig? So I'm both of them. All right, so which one would you rather be? Would you rather be the high-stress trader, or would you rather be the low-stress investor? The high-stress trader who's doing options trading and his money is there at 9 o'clock and at 9:03, all of his money is gone? Or would you rather be the nice investor who can go, hey, man, I'll put my money here. I don't have to worry about it. If it goes down, I'll just buy more. If it goes up, I'll sell some. You know, it's stress-free. Well, I will say this. If you want to be as successful in Wall Street, then you're going to have to be both of them. All right, both of them. And the reason being is because without traders, there's no investors. And without investors, there's no traders. Right. A combination of both. There we go. See, there you go. Yes, you have to be both. There is no if and buts about it if you want to make money on Wall Street. And the reason I say that is because right now, some of you're probably putting money into the stock market. You're not making money. And therefore, that means that you're taking your hard-earned money from work, money that could be going to more bills, money that could be going to more gas, baby's daycare, baby's pamper, whatever. It could be going to that, but you're trying to make money on Wall Street, but you're not. And you don't know what's going wrong. Well, the thing that's going wrong is, one, chances are you don't know what you're doing. You're buying when you should be selling, and you're selling when you should be buying. I can guarantee you 9 times out of 10. And most importantly, you don't know how to look at a stock chart. That very little thing that gives you anxieties when you look at it. You should be looking at that, salivating when you look at it, because I guarantee you, no matter what stock chart you look at in the world, it's $1 million in it. I don't care the company. I don't care the move. I don't care nothing. Listen to me if you don't hear nothing else. No matter what stock chart you look at, and if it gives you anxieties, then go to the mirror and slap the living brakes off the mug that's looking at you in it, because you're overlooking $1 million because you're going, I don't know. It just gives me anxieties. I love when I hear people say that, because I want to slap the living brakes off of you, dig? Like, bro, you telling me you're going to overpass this to go to work and work for a couple of hundred when you're literally looking at $1 million? Okay, I get a little passionate about that, so my bad. I'll bring myself back. But yeah, you got to be both of them, man. You got to be both. So let's speed your game up. The stuff that gives you anxieties, I hope right now I can help you understand it. All right, so the things that give you anxieties is what's called a stock chart. All right, in the stock chart, you have what's called stock candles. Those stock candles are pretty much, matter of fact, if we look at a stock chart, look at the stock chart as an old school map. If you're old enough, then you remember we used to go to the gas stations and we would get maps and stuff if we wanted to know where we wanted to go. We didn't have this old Siri-ass GPS and stuff like that. Nah, this is a luxury right now. We had an atlas or something, and we would go find our ways. Well, that stock chart is that. It's the atlas. It's the map. It's the roadmap. It's the, I don't give a damn what you want to call it, but it's that. All right. And the sooner that you learn to read that, the sooner you'll never be broke. And the killer thing about it is you're going to learn to read it and you're going to say, damn, this is so easy. I can't believe I've been working all my life. You mark my words, you're going to say it. So anyway, so if you ever see a red candle, so I'll say this, all stocks have what's called an opening and a closing price. All stocks have an opening and a closing. So if you follow me, then you know I'll always get up in the morning and I'm like, oh, snap, something running in the pre-market and it ain't even open yet. Man, I'm up to 10K and the market ain't even open yet. Yeah, this stuff is real. So that I say that because every stock has an opening and a close. So if you ever see a red candle, when you're looking at this stuff and you see a red candle, especially a big, long red candle. Let me say that again for the ladies out there. If you see a big, long red candle, all right, understand that just created an opportunity for everybody in the whole entire world to get in and get rich. All right. We call those bearish candles, and those bearish candles, those are the red candles that you see. And the more that you start to learn to read these things and to read a stock chart, you'll understand that those red candles are telling you exactly where we're about to fall to. No chart will never, like, it's impossible. It's impossible to almost not know where a stock is going when you learn to read a stock chart. It's impossible. So when you see those red ones, then that means that the stock price opened. And if you guys can see my screen, it opened at a certain price and it ran high. So it might have opened at $7 and it ran to $10. And at $10, it had no more funk. It had no more love. It had nobody else pushing the price up. So it wound up starting to come down. So it opened at 7. It ran up to 10. But by the end of the day, it might have closed at $5 or $3. And that's when you will see a red candle. That just means that it opened at one price, but it closed lower than it opened. All right. So when you're looking at this, remember, red candles mean no money was made that day. Money was lost. So unless you're playing what's called a call or a put in the option world, all right, this is the option world on this particular one. If you're playing a call or a put, call means going up, put means going down. So if you're saying that, hey, I think that Amazon price is going to go down, because the workers are going on strike, and Jeff Bezos, he didn't eat his broccoli last night, so now the nation is finna go crazy. So I think the price is gonna go down. Then you would do what's called a put. And that's when that red candle will pay you if you are correct. When you see a green candle and now you're looking at that green candle, then now you got to reverse this. If a red candle opened up at one price and then ran down lower, then you got to know that a green candle opened up at one price and then it ran higher. So you have what's called the body of a candle, and then you have what's called the wick of a candle. All right. The body of the candle goes one way and the wick of the candle. So the body may run to, let's say, the high price of this particular one. Again, in that example, we open at $7. It ran to $10. And let's say at the end of the day, it still closed at $10. So at 9:30 a.m., it opened at $7. And at 4 p.m., when market closes, it closed at $10. Well, that candle will now be green, because that means we made money. So now if you're doing what's called a call, or you even bought stock and you want the price to go up, that green candle is now your friend. That's who you want to see a lot of. So what happens is stocks run up and they run down. So you'll see a price run up, run down, run up, run down, run up. And stocks do this. All right. If you ever know of an EKG machine, I think I'm saying that correct, where it looks at your pulse and everything, then that's pretty much what a stock price is. All right. It's just monitoring that company. So as the stock price goes up, it's going to come back down. All right. Nobody's heart rate stays up. It has to come back down. So no price stays up. It has to have some type of pull back. All right. What are assets? Assets are something that I really would love for a lot of my friends to learn the difference in. Assets and liabilities. All right. Assets and liabilities. Assets and liabilities. We saw the movie with Baby Boy and he said guns and butter and all of that, right? Same thing. Assets are things that make you money. You don't have to do anything for an asset to make you money. Now, liability, that's a little bit different. Right? Liability is going to help you lose money, and most importantly, it's not going to help you make any money. It's probably going to kill you on your taxes. There's no benefit to having it. Things like that is car, rims on your car, some fancy tennis shoes, all these things that we spend a lot of money for. That's called a liability. Now, that asset is a little bit different. Now, things like if you buy a pair of Jordans because you know that the value of those things are going up, so you're going to buy them to collect them and not buy them to wear to the club. Well, now, my friend, you probably have what's called an asset. If you're going to buy a car to get around town, but you're going to put that car in your business name because you're going to utilize this car to make money, well, that car now becomes an asset over a liability. So there's a different little things to the games that you have to learn. So assets and liabilities is the biggest thing. Real estate is one of the biggest ones as well. So not just investing, but real estate. And if you ever know anybody that's heavy into the stock market, I guarantee you they're heavy into real estate. And if they're heavy into real estate, I guarantee you they're heavy into the stock market. You'll never, ever, ever, I don't give a care if you had 62 jobs, you'll never outpace the stock market in a day. You just wouldn't. So that's why investors take their money. They'll go make some money, i.e. real estate, landlords, whatever is extra money. Now they'll go put it in the stock market because they know how to grow it. And if you know how to grow like $3 into like 3,000, what the hell you think you're finna do if you know how to grow, if you got access to thousands per month? You guys have no clue how many million billionaires are walking amongst you every day. And some of you are talking to them very disrespectfully. You understand? Like those people can change your whole life in a simple conversation. But because they're not a celebrity and on TV, you don't really know the difference and you miss that blessing. You understand? So I always say those people that you see on TV, trust me, half of them are broke as hell. All of them got liabilities. Each and every last one of them got liabilities. Hardly any of them have assets. All right, so the things about this as well, you need to know what capital gains is. Capital gains is what's going to eat your ass up. Capital gains is who I used to work for. His name was Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam will break you off. Now, I call mine Uncle Abe, but you guys can call yours Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam is hands down going to say, hey, I heard you made some money yesterday. Yeah, I want a cut. And you can say, hey, that cut that I made was fair game. That was all on me. I know it was. But you did it on my land and I want my cut. And capital gains is going to get you. All right. Capital gains is going to tear you up. So the only other way to start beating capital gains, you have to learn the tax code. People talk bad about President Trump and they say, well, he's getting over on his taxes and he's doing, let me be the first to tell y'all, they can say whatever they want. He's not breaking the, now he may be shiesty and whatever, but it's according to the tax code, as far as being an entrepreneur, oh, bro, if you're not living as an entrepreneur, if you're living as a citizen, regular person, I guarantee you're paying more taxes than you could ever even imagine. But people who are entrepreneurs and have a business, well, you get to beat the capital gains thing because you get to offset your losses with a lot of capital gains. So if I took $5,000 hit, I'm sorry, a $500,000 hit from selling a home or something that I had, and I took a $500,000 hit, but in the stock market, I made $1 million. Well, when Uncle Sam comes to get his half for my million, I can offset that now on my business. So those are a few things that you got to learn that. You have to learn that. So you can't spend all this time on social media, like not learning nothing, turning your brains into mush, when the whole time all you gotta goddamn do is learn the tax code, my people. That's why I'm always screaming and yelling, because I'll be like, man, I really want to whoop some of y'all ass because you're over there starving. Your babies can't eat and all of this, and you got businesses. And you shelling all of this money out in your business and you ain't claiming a dime back. And it's like, man, I couldn't let that shit happen to me. So compound interest. Compound interest is simply this. This is something, if you're watching this video right now, if you got a child, if you got a nephew, if you got a niece, if you got a next door neighbor, I don't even care, especially if they're a kid, you need to get educated on compound interest, because you can purchase a newborn baby, one stock, just one simple little stock in a company right now as that baby's born. That baby ain't gonna know what the hell a stock is probably till they're 18. And if you're smart enough, you'll probably never let them touch it until it's retirement time. And if that's the case, they'll have so much compound interest in that thing that they'll never have to work. AT&T, I have an example here. AT&T and Apple is my example. AT&T is somebody that I invest in because AT&T is my cell phone company. I had them about 20 some years. So as I pay my bills every month, I will also invest into AT&T. They pay what's called a dividend. Those dividends collect, long as I don't cash in on them like right now, then those dividends will keep on just kind of reinvesting in themselves, creating what's called compound interest. At the end of the year, when it's time to get my check back from AT&T, I'll get a dividend check according to how many stocks I hold of AT&T. If I hold a lot, then I'm gonna get a big ass check. If I only hold a few, I'm gonna get a small check. So the more you trade, now you will see me, the more I trade it, the more I try to get more stocks in it, because now as that compound interest kind of builds up, when AT&T delivers me my check, I could get a 6-figure check from AT&T alone. And I might have like a zillion of these that hold compound interest that pay a dividend. So with kids, it applies the same way. If they're newborn babies right now, yeah, parents should build your baby a portfolio into simply as, even if it's a funky little Robinhood, build it into that. You don't know what you're doing right now. So as you listen to a person like myself give you this valuable ass knowledge, then you start building your baby's portfolio. Some of you want to make the money I make right now. That's going to be physically impossible. Let me be the first to tell y'all, cut that shit out, man. Stop. You are not going to make what I make right now, because you ain't went through the hell I went through to get to this type of point. You guys don't know the many nights that my wife had to put me in the bed because I'm balled up in the fetal position on the couch because I lost 5 or 10K. I lost a lot of money being stupid in the stock market, not knowing what I was doing. Yeah, y'all don't know to that point. So yeah, this game comes with a lot, man, and I'm cutting that to you. Portfolio should be pretty simple. You guys should know what a portfolio is by now. All right, what is a day trade? Some of you thinking that now, hey, man, as soon as I get on the Wall Street, I become a day trader and I got to look at charts all day and I ain't got time because I got to work. And shut up, man. Ain't nobody looking at no charts all day. Half of my day is spent cleaning chicken crap, man. I'm out in the yard cleaning chicken crap. I'm chasing a dog. I got a dog with diabetes, y'all. Did y'all know dogs can get diabetes? Because I sure shit didn't. I didn't know it till my dog got it. So I'm chasing a dog with diabetes, cleaning chicken crap and all this, and yet and still, I'm still day trading all day long. You guys are at work and you're stuck at work and you're miserable and your checks suck and everything. But you would tell me, I ain't got time to look at a chart. You better make time then. See, if you want to damn leave that job or at least have comfort in your job, your ass going to have to learn to trade. But nobody needs to step into the game and try to be a day trader. That's where most of you are confused. A day trader is this. That's kind of me. I'm going to buy something at 8 o'clock and I'm probably going to sell it at 8:10. And I'm going to do this because I know how to read a chart. And I know that on the 10-minute chart, this sucker was icy cold. So for the next 10 minutes, this thing finna run. So I'm going to jump in and jump out. I can literally buy something tomorrow when market open. I can buy it. As soon as I buy it, I can set my sale. I can go on about my damn business in the rest of the day because if this price ever comes to this sale, it's going to automatically sell. So if you ever see me sometime post, I'll tell you guys, man, driving around on 285 and my phone chirping, telling me I'm making money. Like no better day in the world. Yeah, it's because I may get up at 9:30. I'll see that something is down on the chart like, oh, snap. Well, I just so happen to have like $50, $100, $500, whatever, sitting right here. Oh, let's slap that on here. Boom. When the order is taken, then now I set my sale. Once that sale is set, I can go on about my business. I do not have to look at a chart. Me personally, I love looking at charts. So I look at charts all day, every day, because I love it, not because I have to. So a day trader is just buying something today and he's selling it today. That's it. A swing trader is what most of you would be. And these are the people that I would make out. Like if you follow under me, you'll learn to be a swing trader first. I said swing. So you'll learn to be a swing trader first, basically meaning you'll buy something today and we're not selling it today. Unless the price just run up so juicy today, then we'll sell it. But other than that, we're going to buy it today and we're probably going to sell it tomorrow. So most of the time you can buy week contracts. You know what I mean by week contracts? You can buy them on Monday and then they'll expire by Friday. Those are called swing trades. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, this is the way that a lot of traders get ate the hell up because they step into the game and they see that these trades, when we're speaking of trades here, they'll see that these trades for a week's time is pretty cheap. And they're cheap because, well, you only got a week. Hell, the chances of you hitting this is very slim. So a lot of the time, the contracts are pretty cheap. So people will jump on them because they're cheap, and they'll spend $40 and they'll have the expectation of making 6 figures or 7 figures. Is it possible? Hell yeah, it's possible. Will it happen? Hell no, it won't happen. No. Some people may luck up and run on things, but the chances of that happening, no. All right, so you got to get stocks time a lot of time. And the swing trader is just somebody that buys today and they sell past today. All right, now we get into the nitty-gritty. So if you've been taking notes, now I want you to damn highlight these because this is how you're about to find money. All right, in every stock you have what's called a moving average. Every stock has a moving average, okay? And the reason it has a moving average is because the moving average, it calculates kind of the opening and the closing prices of the stock. So it'll already calculate it. It'll tell you what is the average price for the 200-day moving average, as we call it. So you'll have what's called a 200-day, a 50-day, a 20-day, a 50-day, and a 200-day moving average. Now, there are others. There's still an 8-day. There's a zillion others, but these are the most common. 20, 50, and 200-day moving average, all right? Please remember that. Please remember that. Please remember that, okay? Because this is literally doing the homework for you. You're not going to learn how to do this in this funky little damn live that I'm doing right now. You understand? So this is stuff that you got to learn in your off time. And your moving averages, the sooner you learn them, the sooner you can start making money. All right? It don't matter what I say. When you start learning your moving averages and how they work and how they read, then you'll understand. And how you do that is you spend your time and you learn this stuff in your free time instead of scrolling that useless ass social media. All right. You have to do it. You have to. All right. Moving averages tell you everything. And this is how a trader becomes a trader because he can understand everything that I'm teaching you right now. He being me, that is, I had to learn all of this. I sat at my table many a nights, y'all, many a nights. When I say many, I'm talking months trying to understand what the hell is a moving average? What the hell is this stuff? And until I learned how it worked, that's when I started making money. I got frustrated and I didn't want to learn this crap either. It was too much. It was overwhelming. It was just too damn much. And I kept seeing people make money. I'm like, the fuck? I'm buying the same stuff they are. Well, they knew moving averages and I didn't. All right. So your 20, your 50, and your 200-day moving averages are very important to you. They're very important to you guys. All right. They're very important to you because you have what's called the golden cross and the death cross. All right. The golden cross is beautiful. The death cross is bad. All right. Now, I will say this. The golden cross is beautiful if you want to go up. The death cross is bad if you want to go up. But if you want a stock to go down, then the death cross is good. All right. And what the death cross and all of that is you have in that same thing that I just told you about in your moving averages, you have the 50, the 200, and the 20. Well, the golden and death cross is when the 50-day moving averages crosses the 200-day moving average. All right. So I say again, the 50-day moving average crosses over the 200-day moving average. So in this example, if you can see, this looks like this is a gold line here going across the red. So when that gold line starts to come down and it crosses that red line, we now know that, well, this price is going down. This stock price is going down. It's not a guess, guys. It's not anything. This is just the law of nature, and this is average. So when you learn to read the law of nature and the average, then you'll understand exactly what this is doing. Stocks make patterns. They make formations. They make everything. So when you learn to read these, life gets so much easier. So again, the death cross is when it crosses down, and the golden cross is when it crosses up. This will be the time to make calls. So if you're into the options world and you want to get into calls and puts and make money, well, when you see that the 50 cross the 200, then you know that it's time to go up. All right. Moving average convergence divergence. Now, this is my dog here. We call this the MACD. Like, don't give it that MACD, dog. But anyway, moving average convergence divergence. So this is an indicator that you guys are going to put on your Robinhood here soon. And when you start learning to understand the MACD, then you'll start learning to understand stock price. So the MACD just it's a slow indicator though. And what I mean by slow indicator is the stock price may have already hit a certain price before the MACD can react to it. So it's a great indicator to tell you the direction of the stock, but it's not a great indicator to tell you like the direction of the stock at this second. All right. So the MACD is just one of those things. So how does it look? So as you see these long little this chart that normally gives you guys anxieties, these red and green candles. Well, if you look to the bottom here, you have what's called the MACD. All right. So just like with the 50 and the 200-day moving average, the MACD also has a signal line. And in this case, it's the blue line going across the red line. Whenever we see the blue line cross the red line, we know the stock price is going up. And I guarantee you, if you look wherever the blue line is crossing the red line and you look directly up, I guarantee you stock price is going up. So in this case right here, stock price is going up. If we look directly up, boom, right there. So the more you get into this, then you'll start understanding, like me, I can read each and every one of these candles. So all of these candles that you guys look at and go, oh my God, I don't know what I know exactly what each and every one of them is saying. And I know where the money is. So when you start to learn to read this, you can see this now. This is like a boom, it's a bounce. 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 Everywhere that is bouncing, if you can just kind of look at it, you will notice that it's making a higher bounce than it did previously. Now, in the stock and investing world, we call that a higher low. When stocks start making a higher low, then that means that the stock price is steady going up. They can make a lower high. It's okay. But if they're making a higher low, oh yeah, we're steady going up. So for those of you that this is confusing to, it's probably confusing to you because this is your first time hearing it. So it's cool. But for those of you that are kind of advanced in it and now you understand, then you know that this right here, if this was a trade and you wanted to play it, you can look right here at this simple little chart right here and be like, oh yeah, I'm all in. Oh yeah, I'm all in, baby. Yeah, she's steady going up. Also in what's called a trade world, you get these big, long green candles. Giggity. These big, long green candles here, we call these boom, boom candles in the trading world, meaning price was falling at some point. It was falling, it was going, it was just trading, then it fall. Then all of a sudden we get like action here. And when you get a red candle, long red candle, and then a green candle, that green candle is saying, somebody is saying, hey guys, this price has fell enough for me. It's cheap enough for me. I'm all in. And normally when somebody jump in with a heavy amount of money, some inside buyer or so, they're dropping millions on a particular stock price. It immediately causes a frenzy sometime in certain places. So you'll get traders that'll run to it. And when the stock price is reported again, you'll get a big green candle and it'll be like, boom. boom. So you'll see me sometime on, because again, if you know how to search for them, it ain't even hard to find sometime, you know. So as you search it for them, you'll come in and I'll see like, oh snap, we just got action, y'all. So I'll post such and such, Tesla, Amazon, whoever just caught new support or just caught higher support. If you know how to chart, then now, or even just read the chart, you can run in and be like, oh snap, I see exactly what Gunny see. Hey man, I'm all in. I got 100 on it. I got 50 on it. I got 2,000 on it. Whatever your price is, you can have it, because this candle right here, boom, that's a millionaire right there. Guarantee you, I don't care who it was. A millionaire was made when you see these candles right here. Now, you may not have been the millionaire, and I might not have been the millionaire. You understand? But a millionaire was made off of this because somebody came in and dropped over 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, 2 million, 3 million. Those of you that don't want to invest because all of this is just too much to you and it's too much to take, you ain't got to worry about it. Say, man, go keep your money in the bank where you're keeping it at where it's safe. Because see, that bank, well, they're going to take your money and now go invest it. And then they're going to make trillions off of your money. And then they're going to cut you that $5 a month check and say, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for your service. So when you start learning how to read these, say, man, you change your whole life. So yeah, that's called a boom, boom candle. So again, now this one here, oh yeah, I guarantee you, if you follow me, I guarantee you, if you follow me and I'm posting for freaking 62 posts every 35 seconds, it's because of this. It's this candle. This is what you got. This is called a bullish candle. It's called a bullish engulfing candle. All right. And when you see this, the MACD, bam, it'll cross over. You'll see a big movement in the MACD. Bam, that's that right there. That's called a bullish flag. So we already know, oh yeah, y'all, we finna go higher. So that's why I'm always screaming, hey man, if you know how to read a stock chart, then check this out. We finna go higher. I've been in this play, so I can get out at any moment and I'm finna be tight. You just getting in this play. You might need to last in it for a second before you make money, but you need to know where to get in and get out at because you may lose your money. All right, volume weighted average price. Volume weighted average price is definitely something that you need to know. All right, we call this the VWAP. I say we call this the VWAP. I say okay, no, it don't stand for that. That very wet at, no, it's not that. But VWAP is something that you do need to know. And I call VWAP that crazy X. All right, the crazy X meaning no matter what go on in life, no matter what a stock price do, if it's above VWAP, it's going to come back to VWAP. If it's below VWAP, it's going to come back to VWAP. VWAP is the volume weighted average price, just basically saying, hey guys, this is the average price. So if VWAP is $18, but a stock price is $25, VWAP is saying, say, man, you can do whatever she wants, but she only really worth $18. So if you want to keep buying, you keep buying. But you might want to wait till she come back to 18 or get below 18 before you buy. That's what VWAP does. So when you put that on your chart now and you start learning how to read VWAP, then you'll understand that when the price is up, it's got to come back to VWAP. So it might be time for puts. When the price is below VWAP, then it's got to come back to VWAP. So it might be time for call. So as you start learning this and you start making money, a lot of times you'll start making $5, $10 and you'll jump out. And that's fine. I always say profit is profit. Take it. All right. But when you start learning how to read these charts and understand things, you can now stretch 5,000 to 500, if not 5,000 easily because you know how to read a chart. None of this stuff is I ain't making up nothing to y'all. And that's why I post so much, because I never want nobody to get the balls enough to challenge me and say that, well, you're lying, because I'm not lying. I literally sit on my couch every day. I smoke a J and I make money. I don't have a reason to jump on social media and lie to anybody. Not a nan one. So trust me when I say when you learn to read these, you're going to be on it. All right, relative strength index. Now, this mofo here, this is what's going to tell you when to buy, when not to buy, when to sell, when not to sell. All right. So as you're learning this, it's called relative strength index, the RSI. The RSI lets us know, my examples are normally the RSI is kind of that it's the machine that we use to put over for fellas. We'll put it over a chick to see if she's truly hot or not. Ladies, you do it for men. But basically, look at the RSI saying it can look at a stock. Well, it's basically judging a stock and it's telling you whether it's overpriced or underpriced. So is it oversold or undersold? And that's what the RSI is. So normally when you get things that you're looking at stuff and you start learning how to read this RSI, you see stuff in a range of a 30 or below. 30 is good enough, really 40, but 30 is good enough. But 30 or below on the RSI means it's icy cold. That is an ice cold beer, y'all. It's the ice whole beer and it's ready to be, is it drunk or drinking? Because I don't know. But either way, it's ready to go down your throat. You dig? So all I'm saying is you need to learn how to read the RSI. All right, you got to. It's going to tell you when to get in, when to get out. And guys, you can look at this on a 5-minute chart, a 10-minute chart, a 15-minute chart, a day chart, a month chart. It doesn't matter. I'm serious. All right. Oh, Marcus, he said it's drunk. Thanks. Wait, that ain't Marcus. I know who that is. But anyway, thank you, baby. But yeah, the RSI is going to tell you everything that you need to know. All right, is there. All right. So in this example right here, when the RSI is above what we call the 70 or above, it's oversold. Say, man, the chick that you're looking at, she got the big head. She is not worth the value that she is. Under that wig, that makeup, that fake nose, them fake lashes, that's still a broke, disgusted chick. So therefore, she is not worth the price that she's putting on. Ladies, it's the same with the fellas. I don't know. The fellas getting BBLs these days too. So, hey, that ass that he got ain't probably really his. So that's not his true value. You understand? So that's how you work. Yeah, that's why I know. Crap, I knew it was. I know my room dog, baby. See it. But either way, so when it's high, when it's a 70 or above, you got to understand that it's saying, hey, guys, it's over. It's oversold right now. I mean, it's overbought. Too many people are paying this attention. Too many people are paying this stock attention. You might want to sell right now. All right. So whether you do or you don't, that's different. Now, certain companies, they can run high on the RSI. So if 70 to a 90 is hot on the RSI, some companies can run over 100, 200, 300, i.e. Tesla, Amazon, Palantir. All of these guys, they can run hard. And when I say hard, meaning they can run straight through everything. So I'm trying to, Smitty. I'm trying to keep this as simple as I can for my people, dog, all day. All right. So with that being said, now when your RSI is high, you also have a time. Now this middle line in your RSI, this one. So imagine this, fellas. Imagine this for my Moto 2 people out there. Look at this as a road. All right. And we're looking at this. This is the middle lane. This is the left lane. And then this is the right lane. All right. Or I should say the right side. On the top portion of this, the red, that's hey man, we drunk. You know what I'm saying? We kind of running on them lines. So when you hit that, what do? You pull yourself back in. You understand? So you because you want to stay on the middle of it. What happens when you go to the bottom? You bring yourself back in. So when you hit the bottom, when the RSI is at a 30, we're really a 40 and below, depending on how long you're trying to get into this trade or this stock, whatever you're looking at, this is a great time to buy. This is a great zone to buy. If you bought in this area, nobody would fuss at you. You may get blessed, bing, and hit right here. So that's why I always tell people, if you get into stock investing and you got $1,000, don't ever come into the game and dump $1,000 in it. You can, and you may get lucky. But now when you start becoming experienced in this and you got $1,000, you come in with 300 right off the rip. If the stock blesses you and come lower like it did in this example, bing, you drop another 2 to 3 right here. This 2 to 3 that you just dropped right here, guaranteed it probably just sealed your 6-figure deal right here because you caught it at a lower price than you initially came in. Now, if you came into the game and bam, you jumped all in right here when the RSI was right here, where you caught it going to a 30. So what happens in the investing world, y'all, is a lot of times you guys are slow to it because you don't know really what's going on. But a lot of us, my bad. But a lot of us, we know what's going on. So when a stock hits a certain price, we have indicators set that bing, Tesla just hit such and such on the RSI, or Tesla just hit such and such on the price. We know, oh snap, we got action. Because when I set that alert, I already knew I was ready to buy. I already had a G. If it ever come to this price, I got a G waiting on your ass right here. And Lord knows, bing, she blessed it. Boom, you hit her with that G. Now she catches traction and goes up. That G that you just put in right there, once it gets right here is a minimum of $10,000. That's I guarantee you. I guarantee. Well, I shouldn't guarantee you because somebody out there gonna try to sue my ass. But I should say a high value portion. That's a $10,000 trade right there. Because you set $1,000 right here and you knew it was cold. And when it went here, you was at 10. And if it went here, you're probably at about 20, 30, whatever, if you haven't sold off any. So when you seeing people making money, or even I'm posting this stuff, no, this ain't no monopoly money, y'all. This ain't nobody faking nothing. When I first saw it, I too thought it was fake. But it ain't. So the biggest cheat code to all of this that I'm going to give y'all that you would never, ever know is the Bollinger Band. Now, some people tell you, oh, the Bollinger Band is overtraded. I don't give a shit. I don't give a damn what they tell you. If you don't know what you're doing right now, then you're going to learn the Bollinger Band in your free time, all right? Because you don't, if I'm charting a stock, I know how to chart. I know where it's going. But when you learn the Bollinger Band, y'all, it already does the calculations for you. It already calculates the high, the low. So just how I told you. So, oh, trust me, see, it's coming. So we always say when the market is quiet, the market is, so you'll see the bands and they're going to be in tight. And I'm about to show you in a second. So they're being tight. When something happens, the market will go boom. You get that boom, boom candle, as I stated earlier. That something happened at that point. That means that that company either had a great earnings, that company, maybe they had a Super Bowl commercial, something happened to make investors say, oh, snap, I want to go buy them. And we know when that's even coming because the anticipation up to that moment starts getting people into buying. And if you can read the chart or even understand the Bollinger Band, it's going to tell you when the stock price is moving. It's already going to do it. You cannot even know how to look at a damn chart or even chart. The Bollinger Band does it exactly for you all day. Yes, and don't forget my disclaimer. This is for educational purposes only. And see, I'm definitely going to let them know this at the end. But I'll let you all know now. You are all listening to a guy who loves weed. I love marijuana. Yep, because it keeps me happy. It keeps me from wanting to kill people because I'm very good at it. And I don't want to do that. So I like it. You understand? So you're listening to a guy that likes that. So take my information with a grain of salt. But I always say not listening to me, that shit gonna cost you a lot of money. So you choose which path you want. All right. So as I stated earlier, in those Bollinger Bands, so you'll get a loud boom. And when you get a loud boom, i.e. Tesla, for those of you that have been seeing here lately, Tesla has been on the path. You can go back to Beard Talk with a Vet YouTube, Instagram page, and I guarantee you, date back to the summer, around May, July timeframe, when I was telling everyone, hey, man, Tesla is not falling. I was seeing everybody sell their Tesla shares, and I'm going, it's not falling, though. Yeah, it's falling because it got a bounce. So if anything, you want to buy more. Don't sell your retirement portfolio with Tesla because it ain't making money. Tesla was only not making money because the Cybertruck was killing them. That's it. Once he was able to recoup some of that debt, I should say, oh man, y'all about to see Tesla act a complete donkey on everybody, like everybody. So you'll start getting movements like this in the Bollinger Band where it's just like boom, and it just keeps going up. Eventually, it's gonna have to come down. But each one of these red candles, as you guys start learning this now, each one of these red candles on that elevator down as it's falling, it got to stop at one. It got to stop at every one of these. So the further it fall, the more of these it's going to touch. So if I know where stop, I always say I know where the price is going to fall to. I know where the price is going to fall to because if it's above all of the red candles it left, then when it fall, it has to revisit all of the red candles it left. One of these candles, it has to catch what we call new support on in order to keep going up. If it does not catch new support and it keeps falling, I know it's going to fall out of the sky, and chances are it's going to come all the way down. So in these examples, it's just that Bollinger Band is just, imagine it, I would say as, I would always say, mom, I know when I was a kid, I would ride my mom and stepdad. We would go places and I would hang out the window, stick my head out the window like a little Geico pig and stuff, screaming out the window. Well, the Bollinger Band is kind of that. It's like when your head get outside of that red line, it's going to be like, bam, hey, get your head back in the car. And you're going to pull it back in the car. It has to fall back down. When it falls back down, it needs to fall to its average line. Its average line is saying, hey, this is the average price. This is who she is. This is who he is. I don't care what happened. This is who he is. But if on his way down, it just so happened to find out that, hey, by the way, not only is he ugly, but he also pees in the bed. Guess what? His value finna just keep on falling. Because now when he got here and he was able to recoup from the fact that he peed in the bed, then you find out he don't even know how to read. Oh, his value goes down even more. You understand? So that's what happened. But when it's down here at this bottom red, that's a great time to buy, depending on why did the stock fall. What are some of the reasons why a stock will fall? Well, just recently, if you guys follow me, I've been telling you, I don't care what they're saying in the news. I don't care that they say a recession is coming. I don't care any of that, man. They're spooking everybody. Continue to buy. Because now when you pop out of that fear, what we call fear factor, Once we pop out of fear and just go back to neutral, you're probably already, man, you probably put $1,000 somewhere. And by the time you just get back to neutral, if you bought an extreme fear and you got into a neutral state, and I'm speaking of the fear and greed index, guys, by the way. If you're in that state, man, you don't even know what $5 in the stock market could do. You could put $5 in the stock market in an extreme fear type of time, and by the time it hits greed or extreme greed, man, that $5 is probably 500, 5,000, if not more. None of this is fake, y'all. None of it. But anyway, the Bollinger Band is a great tool to use. I like to use this example right here. If you can see it, hopefully it won't change on me. But you'll see me posting. So a lot of time, and this is an option contract. And this option contract, you have what's called how many contracts, your average cost. It has the date you bought it, the date to expiration. In this case, I bought it November 8th. I'm going to sell it next year, January. Well, I have up until January 17th of 2025 to sell. That's basically saying I'm giving this stock price until January 17th, 2025 to reach. I can't really say. I think this was a $16 call here. Yeah. My break even was $16.40. So this was probably my $16 call. So I was probably saying I'm giving SoFi, I'm giving SoFi to January 17, 2025 to reach $16. And then boom, it does. But if you know how to read a chart, then you know that SoFi is still going to go more. So what you do is I buy more than one. In this example, I initially bought 3. All right. So where it says contracts, it says 2. But I initially bought 3. So what you guys want to start doing is if you're going to dibble dabble in the option world or even in the stock world, you want to buy multiple things. All right. And what I mean by multiple things is you want to buy multiple contracts, at least 2. My case sometimes is 5, depending on what the price is. Even if it's $100, I want a minimum 5. If it's $1,000 and I got it, I want a minimum 5. And the reason I want that is because if it's $5,000, and that would mean that maybe every contract was $1,000. In this example, every contract was $1,000 and I got 5. If I got 5 at $1,000, when my stock price goes up, my $5,000 becomes probably 8, 9, 10, whatever $1,000. At that point, I'm going to take out my initial investment. So if my initial investment was $5,000, then I'm going to remove probably $6,000, $550 something. I'm going to remove what I initially put in plus some to pay myself for doing a great job. What's left in that now, that's called runners. We call them runners. Those runners, now you can either let them stay to see how big they get, or you can give them another day or 2 and then go ahead and collect. But you collect your runners when they hit certain price points. So in this case, I had a SoFi option. This SoFi option was 3 contracts. I sold 1. When I sold that 1, I recouped back what I initially invested plus some. That still left me with 2. So I bought them at a $40 average. They are currently at this particular time when I did this PowerPoint, they were worth $1.60, $1.61. So that's $161 a piece. So I bought for 40. They were worth $161. This option got to well over $1,000. All right. Again, this is the old when I did this, and I'm still holding this option, by the way. But it got to well over $1,000, and that was just 2. Guys, that's an investment that was started with $180. It's well over that now. All right. That's quick money. This one is called SoundHound. For those of you that know anything about SoundHound, you've been seeing me posting. When I made this, as you can see, SoundHound was $9.66. I probably made this chart. I probably made this particular slide here on the 7th, around the 7th or 5th of December of this month. SoundHound is now, that sucker, she trying to get to damn $30 now. She was at 20, 25, 23 or something the other day. So in this example, once again, that's 3 contracts at a $65 average. That's about 6 to 18. That's about $180. So I always say that was about $200 of an investment that I did. $200 initial investment that I did. So when SoundHound ran up, they ran up to probably about 500 a contract. So when they got to about 1,000, I sold 1. So that means that I think maybe it's 500, but either way, it was about 500. I made, if I invested $65 a contract, I made a couple of hundred just by selling 1. So my initial $65 investment for one got me a couple hundred back. This SoundHound, I'm still holding. I bought this particular option because I have nieces that will be graduating in 2026. One thing you guys don't know about me, it don't matter how much money I post. I'm cheap as hell. I am cheap. I'm so cheap, I piss me off sometimes. You understand? So I don't like spending my money on stuff. So I do like using my money to grow my money so that now I can go and enjoy things. So I took, what is this one? 6 to 8, about the same, about a $200. This one right now with me selling one, holding 2 contracts is currently sitting at a $2,000 value. All right. This was started again with less than $200. I have until 2026. SoundHound, if you guys look at it here, you can look at it now if you want to. But if you look at it, I guarantee you they should be about $20. They might have pulled back, but they should be close to it, if not over it. SoundHound's trying to get to $30. And then once SoundHound, once we step into this AI world, this whole AI bubble that they're telling y'all we in, but we ain't even got started, but they're telling you we're in the bubble. Yeah. When SoundHound gets a little bit bigger into that next year, SoundHound has the potential to be, who knows, $100 next year. We don't know. The more valuable that company get, the more their value goes up. The more their value goes up, the more my option goes up. So I'm already potentially minimum that I'm going to squeeze out of this option is going to be 20K. Minimum. All right. This is to 2026. And if I'm going according to my charts, and if SoundHound is going to where I got her predicted going and where the pros say she's going, then this is hands down minimum 20K. So when I just wanted to get my nieces a little money. I wanted to get them something for on their way to college or wherever they're going after they graduate. Here, Uncle Ty and Uncle Didi, we're going to shoot you about $1,000 or $2,000, to help you get a nice, reliable car. Well, at this rate, if SoundHound keeps doing whatever she's doing, then I may go from helping them get a car to just buying both of their damn car for them and then snatch my wife up one while I'm at it. And this always started with $200. So the more you catch these valuable ass companies and let them grow, that's how you can become a millionaire. You don't become a millionaire by stepping in the stock market and putting $1,000 in on Monday and get it out. Can it happen? Yeah, but damn it, y'all, why would you risk that? So when I tell you and you under me, I would tell you, no, if you got $1,000, we finna go buy out now. Because now as you start learning to make money, you're going to see your bank, you're going to see your account start to go up. And the first thing you're going to say is, holy crap, what do I do? And that's when Gunny's going to go ghost. That's when I'm going to go ghost, because now this 3 to 5 years that I've been giving y'all as my free game and you ain't took it, that's when you're going to need to apply it, because you're going to see your money go up so high, but you're not going to know if you should sell or not. But if you study these charts and you did get through this crap, I'm telling you, I bet you will. So this is the last screen that you need to take. So I want you guys to take this. This is Investopedia is going to be one of your best friends. All right. So Investopedia, you guys are going to get lost and you're going to want to call me and you're going to want to say, hey, Gunny, what do I do? And if I'm thinking of this and if not, and I'm going to say, hey, man, what the fuck did the chart say? Oh, I don't know that. No, you don't get access to my knowledge like that. Again, guys, I paid over 6 figures to learn this stuff. I shouldn't even say paid. I lost over 6 figures to learn how to work this stock market. But the thing about me is when I lose, I be damn if I'm going to quit. So I learned this game till I got it back. And I'm almost like got every penny back. Now, when I say lost 6 figures, I personally didn't lose 6 figures. No, I lost what I invested, what I gained, and then I lost what I gained and half of what I invested. And again, because I didn't know how to buy. And that's why I'm trying to help you guys understand it. So anyway, Investopedia is your best friend. If you want to know what's a moving average, what's stock price, what's a VWAP, what's whatever, go to Investopedia.com, type that into the search bar and whatever it is. How to get started with trading, how to understand a stock chart. I'm confused on the moving average. Whatever it is, Investopedia is going to have that answer for you. It should. All right. So if it doesn't, I would think that's probably the only time you should probably try to reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the first thing I'm going to ask you is, did you research it? And if you say no, then I'm going to feel disrespected. Because I'm like, damn, how much free information you want me to give? All right. So FinViz. FinViz is another one, because as you guys starting to understand what's called a heat map. So as you start to do your research, you're going to hear people on YouTube and all of this say heat map. We're going to check the heat map for this morning and see what's jumping. The heat map is just that. It's a map. And you'll see all the companies. It's almost looked like a periodic table when we was in high school and we saw that. But all those are companies. And when the market opens, if the company is doing great, it'll be green. If it's doing bad and the price is down, it'll be red. So if you go to Big Talk Vet page, Instagram page, you'll see back in just a few days ago, I posted it. It was all red. I'm the type of trader that I say real traders, we make money when it's red. You don't make money when it's green. You can, but you got to understand when it's green, it's greed. And in this game, pigs and hogs get slaughtered. All right. So what that means is sometimes you guys have made money in the stock market and you sat there and watched that money go up. And you're like, oh, I'm making a lot of money. Hell yeah. And then boom, it goes down. It goes down because you kept holding, wanting it to go up higher, 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 not even knowing it was as high as it could go. It's squeezing all it got for you, daddy. And then it falls. And when it falls, you call it a deadbeat stop. But the whole time it's running as hard as it got for you to get your money. But greed set in. All right. So FinViz will tell you, Insider Monkeys is one. You can go to any finance, y'all. Google, Yahoo, whoever you search. Everybody has a financial page. It gives you the financials. It gives you everything. No company can take your money and not tell you what they're doing with it. So for those of you that want to get into this stock trading game, you need to damn start understanding the companies that you're investing in. Hey, man, you can go listen to them report earnings. You better anyway. If you hold one damn share, you are now an owner of that company. And you can listen to earnings call, and you should. All right, my bread and butter is the fear and greed. The fear and greed is just that. It's going to tell you what's the sentiment of the market. And you can find it on CNN.com. So it'll be right there. As soon as you go into like the business or the marketing section, and you hit that, it'll pop up, boom, fear and greed, and it'll give you a needle. That needle will tell you we are either in extreme fear, neutral, greed, extreme greed. It's going to be those four. We normally want to be in about a neutral to greed, extreme greed stage because that means we're making money. If we're in fear and extreme fear, then that means that, well, we can make money with puts now, but the market is pulling back. So the fear and greed is something that you need to do. All right. And as I stated earlier, ladies and gentlemen, let me be the first to tell you, I am not a financial advisor. All right. So anything that I say, you are totally listening to me at your own damn wheel right now. All right. You are listening to me at your own wheel. I don't give a damn if I said, hey, you should go buy this. Man, I can tell you to pay your bill on time. You ain't going to do that. So if you take an L in the stock market, I shouldn't take the blame for that. But nevertheless, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy that loves some good marijuana. But I want to see each and every one of you be retired. I've been retired for 13 years, and that's not on accident. You understand? A monkey can get rich, but a monkey can't stay wealthy. No, that takes skill. All right, y'all. So that's pretty much where I'm at. So if this is my little code, if y'all will, take a screenshot of it, man. For those of you that don't have a Robinhood or friends that don't have it and all of this, man, get one because all people need it. And I'm not even going to a race factor here, but I'll be the first to say all black people need to learn to trade. Shut the fuck up and learn to trade. Shut the fuck up and learn. No, man. No, don't tell me this is too hard. Don't tell me any of this because I'm a dude from the ghetto with a culinary degree. You understand? And I pretty much then damn, I ain't gonna say master, but I can damn sure be a boss in this game as well. So I know if I can do it, you guys can do it. So just build your Robinhood, and that stuff that I just gave you, that's a cheat code, y'all. That is a true cheat code. Take your time and learn everything that I just gave you. And I promise you, by summer, I give you by summer. But half of the time, I tell you guys what you got to, if you just know how to, I'll be the first to tell you, you guys build a Robinhood and you spend your time learning how to operate Robinhood. How do I buy? How do I sell? How do I understand support and resistance? You do those things, I'm posting where the money is. And half of the time, I give y'all my charts. I do it because I just truly love this. So it's not really work to me. But some of you guys want my time. And see, that's where we differ at. Because now my time is very expensive. And that's not even being conceited, but I literally had to make a live right now just to get out of going freaking Christmas shopping and looking at stupid ass Christmas lights with my wife. That's the only way I can get out of it is if I had a live. So I figured, let me do a live. So anyway, that's that. If anybody wants to stay on, all right, so that's my spiel and everything for that. If anybody wants to stay on, feel free. What I'm going to do right now, probably for the next 420. Oh, shit, it's 420. Hey, guy trying to tell me something. Look at him. 420, probably for the next 30 minutes or so, man, I'm going to now chart and I'm going to show you guys a few things that I'm looking at. I don't have a problem with if you put something in the chat, I could probably chart it depending on the time, but I will show you some stuff that I am pretty positive will make money in 2025. So if you guys spend your time learning how to work Robinhood and the rest of this, then only thing you need to know is when to get in and when to get out. I don't have no problem with telling you when to get in and get out, but you got to pay for that knowledge. so yeah, you got to pay for that one. Hey, Cass, what it be like? What it be like? Quantum, hey, let me tell you. So that is a good question. Dang, Kanye, that is a good question. Now, as my theory on a lot of it, which could be absolutely nothing, guys, but NVIDIA, a lot of these quantum, NVIDIAs, these different companies coming out with this AI stuff that we're moving into, you guys really need to get off social media and go research what are some future projects that are about to be released in 2025. What are some future projects that are about to be released in 2026, 2027, 2030, so on and so forth. When you start seeing a lot of stuff that's about to be released, especially under the Trump presidency, you're going to go, oh, so quantum computers and all of this AI thing, it's going to be heavy. So a lot of people would tell you, oh, no, it's reached the bubble. Say, you can listen to them if you want to, but I'm here to tell you, it ain't even got started. Like, guys, we ain't even got to the damn self-driving cars yet. Like, you see them out and about, but trust me, we've only been waiting for President Trump to sit in. Elon, people can say what they want about Elon Musk. The dude is one of the smartest men in the world. So he ain't even released his Kraken yet, but he's about to. So the AI portion of it with NVIDIA, Palantir, Tesla, and a lot of these other AI type of companies, hey man, they boy, they about to hit the thunder on a lot of people. So the best thing to do now is learn these companies while they're down, especially now while we're in fear. Oh, y'all, let me be the first to tell you right now. And if you own still right now, then what you're about to do is you about to go find some money with me. So let me switch my screen out. Give me 1 second here, y'all. So again, if you can, take a screenshot of that mug, hook your boy up, man. We call it a habu. You know what I'm saying? Hook a brother up. Yeah, give your brother a habu. All right. So at this particular point, I cannot see my chat. So if anybody get the chat, and I will not be able to answer at this quick second. But I got my scribe, my wife, and she's sitting at eye level, so I'm pretty sure she'll tell me. All right, but first thing we're going to do is let's go, and I'm going to give you guys my workhorse. A lot of you guys want a lot of stuff to learn to trade, and that's fine. I'm going to give you what I know works. Let me bounce back and forth. Man, ain't no problem, Nancy. Ain't no problem, crap. I just want to make sure you guys can see this. Robinhood. Yeah, Stu just said this. Robinhood just added in Robinhood Legends. Okay, bam. Stu, I'm so glad I came back to see that. So what I'm about to show you right now, that's pretty much the same thing that's going to be on Robinhood Legends. All right. Meaning Robinhood Legends, you can chart on it now. Before on Robinhood, you can never chart. So it's pretty dope. You can do that. All right. So we're going to look up Palantir. And let's take this out a little bit. All right. Too much. So one of the main things I like to do when I'm looking at a chart is I got to find out where has it been. You understand? Where has it been? In this example, we're looking at Palantir on an hourly chart. So on an hourly chart. So if anybody ever hears me say Palantir is my workhorse, if there's anything I've been trading this stock since it was $4. So I got a good feel of this thing. So when you're looking at Palantir, and if you can see it right now, then Palantir has what's called, before when I said that boom boom candle, you get that boom boom candle and you get a Palantir was basically trading at about $40-some. Of course, as all stocks always do, guys, they're going to sell off. So when you guys were seeing it, I say you would look at these charts and you get anxieties. You be like, you get these long red sell-offs. What happened in these long red sell-offs a lot of times, if you're not already in that play, you need to look at them long red candles when the news is saying, oh, Amazon is down such and such percent today, because you need to make your ears go, you know, make them open. Because at that point, when they got that long down, that means a big damn jump is coming. How soon? We don't know. But something happened. The company either lost a lot of money, they had a bad earnings, that's something. They tweeted, they did something, and it made the price go down. So for Palantir, her bullish movement started back down here, really down here. She can almost come, what is that, $42. She can almost come back down to $42 or $45 and get a good bounce. You understand? So the price may go from $80 now and then just crash down to $40, and people will go, oh my God, this company is crap or whatever. And it's not even that. It's bouncing. So you got to kind of learn those bounce areas. So Palantir is pretty much bouncing around it's going from 80 to 77. It'll visit the 75 here and there, and then it'll bounce back up. So your job now is just to learn the bounce areas. The better you get with charting, man, this stuff become like cookie cutter. Because now Palantir, if we look at this, they can fall back down to $77 before they rise back up. Now tomorrow, I would expect them to continue to rise. Actually, the market will be opening here, guys, in about 4 hours. About 3.5 hours, around about 8-ish. It might be 7, and I don't know, but somewhere around 8. Around 8 or 9, you should start watching the market, and you'll start seeing certain stock prices go up. What happens during this time is certain prices will go up. You may see Palantir run to $95 tonight, Sunday. It'll run to $95, and then it'll come back down tonight. And then when the market open, it'll fall to $70. So what happens a lot of times is these stocks, they'll run up and they do what we call closed gaps, or AKA closed doors. So they'll close those doors before they can go higher or before they can go lower. If you're a good trader, then you kind of know where these gaps are, and you can find these gaps, and you know that we getting there. So anyway, so Palantir is probably going to bounce. Let's say for anybody that even want to touch it. Those were this. I like to use what's called my fib. Not you. Get your ass out of there. So I would like to use my fib on most. And I look for the spots with the most touches. So anybody that's familiar with the fib, I'm not sure if my dog Tosh is out there anywhere, but Tosh, if you use the Fibonacci retracement, then you know I'm always saying know your levels. The fib doesn't tell you when and everything to get out of a trade. It does tell you what are some good buy zones. All right. So if we was to lock the Fibonacci on there, we would see that about 77.56 is where Palantir can bounce to. So we can see it do some stuff tonight as the market is closed, and then the market will open tomorrow, Monday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Once it open, it might be at $77, $78 range. If you see Palantir anywhere in this $77, $78 range right now, know that that's a bounce area. If we look at the RSI right now, on the RSI, we are sitting at a 70 right here. Let's see if I can put this right here. So hopefully y'all can see that. So we're sitting at a 70 right there on damn it, Tyran, what you doing? We're sitting at a 70 right there. So remember I said 70 to 90 is hot. As we can see at certain times in certain companies now, and this is an hourly chart, guys. So that means that tomorrow, depending on where market opens, if Palantir is anywhere, like I say, the $77 range, 78 range, she's anywhere below 80, but above 77. That's going to be a blessing for some because it's going to probably be a bounce area. But this is the hourly chart. So we would have to look on the RSI, because come 9:30 in the morning, if the RSI is bent down, then Palantir is going to come down. But when she could, just like now, she comes down and she's bent down, she's going to come to $77, $78. So for those of us that would want to play Palantir on a trade, then you would want to make sure that she closes out wherever she opened tomorrow. Wherever she opened. Now, she closed Friday at 80.55. So come Monday, we would want her to be above 80.55. But for some odd reason, if she's sitting at 77, 78, that's still okay. That's okay as long as your option is like, it's not a week. If it's a week's time, hey man, if you see profit, take profit, get the hell out of there. All right. Because because by Wednesday it could come down. A lot of things happen. So when you see stock prices fall a lot of time, they're not just falling because they're falling. No, something took place. Something took place. Somebody talked. The president talked. The governor talked. One of these speakers, somebody talked and said something, and it spooked the market. The market functions off of the economy. So if the economy is spooked, then we ain't gonna make no money. So anyway, so knowing how to read these different charts, this is the Fibonacci. So according to the Fibonacci, we are in good zone. So up here is normally what we have at the top of the Fibonacci. So with Palantir, what she'll do most of the time is she'll come up. She's 9 times out of 10 going to revisit $78, $80. But she has some great news that they released last week that was so good, she may not. So her whole mission right now in life is to beat. Can I change that color? It's to beat 81, is to beat 80.91. If Palantir could beat 80.91, she finna rumble, y'all. She finna probably try to get to $85. All right. If she can make $85 and continue to go, then she's going to push to $90. Palantir is hands down going over $100. All right. When? I don't know. But if I can give you guys an answer without you getting mad at me if I'm wrong, then I would tell you by the time Donald Trump sits into this chair, Palantir should be over $100. Say, buddy, I hope y'all like dogs, by the way, because mine don't leave my side. So Palantir is hands down. This is a valuable company. All right, they're very valuable. So they're the type of company that's at a point where everything that's going on in the world right now with cybersecurity, they're at the forefront of securing it. So this company is very, very, very valuable. So when I tell you guys this is my workhorse, I mean this is my workhorse. Stocks right now for this thing is probably around $80. All right. Again, earlier this year they were just 40. When I was screaming at you guys to buy at 40, I was like, hey, man, we trying to break 50. Once we break 50, boy, we finna rumble. And as you can see, we ain't looked back. All right. So Palantir is going to have one of those NVIDIA type runs. All right. I should say she's geared up to have one of those NVIDIA type runs. They are too valuable. Guys, they are too valuable. Let whoever you want tell you what they want about this company. But if there's anybody I know, I almost know Palantir more than I know my wife. So I can tell you this for sure. These suckers barely even getting started. They're too cocky to not blow up. Palantir is ran by veterans, some veterans, you know what I'm saying? Army veterans. And when I tell you, if you SOBs think I'm cocky, oh, you need to go see Alex Clark. He is cocky as hell when it comes to Palantir. And that's why I invest in them, because he's cocky enough and he delivers. You can be cocky when you deliver all day. And that's Palantir. So anyway, so you guys, I'm telling you now, if Palantir breaks 80.91, that's pretty much a wrap. All right. She's definitely going to bless some people for the new year. Will she come back down? Well, as I stated, she can come back down to 45. If at any reason you catch Palantir at about $45, something in the world went wrong, and look at it as a blessing. Look at that as a blessing in disguise. And that is a perfect time to probably go get an option out for about a year or two or whatever for it to just get back to $50 or $60. Because chances are it's going to be probably bouncing before it goes on to 100 to 200 to 500. I don't know if it'll come back that cheap, but the pros, not Gunny Cosby, but the pros have Palantir at about 200 to 300 by end of next year. Now, Gunny Cosby, that's the renegade. Me, I have Palantir damn near about 500 by summer. That's just me. Palantir has blown away every investor who has put in money on there. Yes, they have inside, a lot of people selling shares, and people start getting spooked. But a lot of these guys are selling because they have to for tax purposes. So anyway, so when you're looking at Palantir again, this is the hourly chart. If you catch Palantir around the $77 range or so, and you was to buy yourself an option, and you get that option, you got to at least give it, if you smart, if you can afford it, you give Palantir at least 30 days. At minimum 30 days. You catch her at the right bounce area, you give her 30 days and she will continue to bless you. I promise you, she'll bless you, she'll bless you, she'll bless you, she'll bless you. All right. So this is Palantir on the hourly. All right, let's check the chat. All right, nothing in the chat. Nothing in the chat, is it? Simplify, crap. Simplify. What we got here? You say, can you explain option contracts and the different components of what they mean one day in a live. I watched a few YouTubers, but I understand gunny language better. All right. So you know what, Cass? Here's what's funny about this. So something me and my wife talked about, and I think I'm going to do it here fresh into the new year, is I'm going to do an actual options trading boot camp. All right. I did an options trading boot camp with some people who bettered my trading. And what they did was a Friday through Sunday boot camp. That Friday through Sunday, we was online. It was Friday through Sunday. We sat online. They broke down the moving averages. So everything that I just kind of gave you in that PowerPoint, we went super detailed into it. We did charting. We did everything. The only downfall to it was on the weekend, so we couldn't see live action trading. So tonight would be dope, but I couldn't escape everything, y'all. I got to at least go get some Christmas dinner shopping with my wife. I escaped the Christmas shopping, but she ain't going to pass up on the dinner part. So I say that to say, so tonight I won't be able to be online to show you guys how the market looks when it opens. All right. But tonight at 8. So again, we want to see where Palantir is, guys. Please let me go back to my screen here. But you want to see where Palantir is. No, we don't want to say that. All right, we want to see, is she above 77? Is she above 80, 85? If for some reason tomorrow, when the market opens at 9:30 a.m., actually when the market, in the pre-market, if you guys are getting up and you're getting dressed to go to work and everything, then look at the pre-market. You can go on to Robinhood, you can go on Google Finance, anything, and you can kind of see stuff that's moving in the pre-market. If Palantir is at $80.91 or above in the pre-market, and now it's at 82, 83, oh, we jamming, y'all. Like, you gonna wake up. Those are the days you'll wake up to a couple $1,000s. And I don't give a damn how bad your sleep was. If you wake up to a couple $1,000s, your sleep was excellent last night. You understand? And that's how these moves happen. They're just like that. So we're going to be looking at Palantir on that. So let's see what we're gearing up. Let's look on a 30-minute. So a lot of times when you guys are looking at your chart, if you look at your Robinhood and you start looking at a stock, you'll notice at the bottom of that stock. So what I want you to do is when you guys start going on your Robinhood, if you look at a chart, no matter what the stock is, in the middle of your screen is probably going to be two little ticks. They're going to look like, two little ticks. You just touch it and it opens up. What it's going to do is open up what's called an advanced chart. That advanced chart is, again, what you're going to spend your time researching and understanding. Because when you understand it, now you can go look at a 5-minute chart and see that the price is down. For this example, we're looking at a Palantir on a 30-minute chart. On a 30-minute chart, it looks like boom. So we should be due for a bounce on the 30-minute chart because the RSI, see if I can put it up for you. So a lot of this, again, this is a lot of knowledge to some of y'all, and your brain is probably smoking, and it should be, because I said you got to learn this on your own, not in this small little conversation we having. So anyway, so if I'm looking at the RSI, it rejected the 70 line. All right. So here's what happened a lot of times, guys. You have what's called, I call them tests. So in this example, Tyran, come on, $80.91 is where we have to try to beat. So what happens is the stop price, when it falls, the next price has to go. So if you guys can see this that I'm putting there now, I'm putting a support line because at this particular time, as we working up, 71.37 was the highest that this stock had ever been. So remember this, if you don't remember anything else, what is resistance when it's broken will become support. What is resistance? Whatever resistance is will become support. So if a stock has been trying to beat $7 and it just kept falling, it'll go to $7, it reject. It'll go to $6.90, it'll go down. It'll go to $6.70, it'll go down. Then it's trying to beat that price and it's going to reject. So a lot of times what you have is the test. I call him, he's my sacrificial lamb, basically. So what happens is it'll go up, it'll test. You already know it's going to reject. So when the stock price goes up, in this case, it was 71.37. When the stock price went up, it had to test that again. It went up, it rejected 71.37. That's all it had in it. It was the highest it had been at that time. But when the stock price fell, it fell to, where did we go? We should have fell to 67.88. It did not. So its next price was going to be like 66. You can look back here. So if you ever want to know where a stock price is going to fall, look to where it came from, not where it's at, look to where it came from. So if stock price today is $80.55, I want to look at everything to the left, with the exception of this guy, 80.91. 80.91 is who we trying to beat. So this all of this is Mortal Kombat. So any of my gamers out there, then let me put it in this term. This is Mortal Kombat. This is you fighting in Mortal Kombat, and you are beating the brakes off of everybody. And every time you lose, you got to go back down and you got to restart over. And you know, in Mortal Kombat, when you lose, you get knocked down. You got to go back and fight everybody that you just beat. That's what a stock price does when it falls. It can fall from $67 and it fell to $63.89. As it makes its way up, it got to fight everything that's above $63.89. So in this case, it has to fight $66. It has to fight $67. And it has to fight, well, once it beats $67 is good. You know, now we own a new territory. So once it hit 71.31, that was his new high. He was good. But then when it fell to 67.28, it has to beat 71.37. Yes, it has to beat all of these guys back here in order to beat 71.37. But in this particular time frame, this stock meant nothing until it beat 71.37. Now, once it beats 71.37, its chances are it's going to make a new high. And it did, which was 80.91. So stock price fell. It fell to support of $71. 71.37 is where we wanted it to fall to, but it fell to 71.05. So the next pump, and you probably can't see it here. Let me see if I can move that. So the next pump, which was, get the fuck out of here. The next pump, which was here, 75.56. 75.56. That's all they had. They couldn't get to 80.91. All they had was 75.56. So stock price fell. Us as a trader, we already know when it conked out right there, hey y'all, she is coming lower. We got to see how low she go now, because she didn't beat 80.91 on her first attempt. That's a wrap. So eject. And smart traders, we eject because we know it's time for puts. People who don't know what they're doing, you're still buying right here, thinking that it's going up, and it ain't. And it came to 68.07. Now, the beauty of 68.07 is she already had support there. She already had support. So if you can look back, she already had support right here, and she already had support right there. So hopefully you guys can see that. So this right here, we already had support. So we knew we was in good territory. So the moment the stock price fell, boom, it basically made this elbow, that V shape right there. We call that like an inverted head and shoulders, because this is like the neck area. You got the shoulders, and now we should be processing for a big move up. Unless for some odd damn reason we do not break 80.91. That is the mission. Palantir had a high of 80.66 on Friday, and then they closed at 80.55. So as a trader, we opened at $72. We closed at $8. That's a strong ass move. You understand? That's what, 7, 8, somewhere in that range. That's in a day. Guys, you got to understand, if a $1 move can set you up for life, imagine if that bitch moved $8 in a day. Imagine like a Tesla who moves $100 in a day or a week, or $40 in a day. A lot of stocks don't do this. So when they do it, that's how people accidentally become millionaires. You was only looking to play Palantir to go to $80, and tomorrow she may run to $100, and you put $7,000, $8,000 on it. You understand? To get to a certain price by a certain date. If it gets to that price earlier than you predicted, your pot is so big. But you got to take this pot, y'all, because if you don't take that shit, it ain't your money till you sell it. All right? So this is Palantir. This is, say, man, if I could tell anybody, if you want to be smart and you want to play Palantir on an option, I would probably purchase me an option to sometime way out next year. And I would probably look for some over $100, $100 to $150 range as of right now anyway. I would play it in that range. And I would give this sucker, like I say, I would give it to time till Donald Trump gets in office. He can sit down and he can start making policy changes. One thing Palantir is about death. They are about death and killing. Anybody that is not a friend of the United States, if they are an enemy, they want them dead. And they don't want them dead like just pow, hole in the head. Oh, no. They want you to die slow. That's why I love them, because they live on my policy. Nah, I don't want you to. You don't get a fast death with me, Chief. Oh, we gonna dance all night. You understand? And that's Palantir. So them with a president that's coming in that's all about flexing muscle. And excuse my language to any ladies out there, but he's all about flexing the size of his nuts. You understand? So how do you do that? If you're the president of the United States, you flex your nuts by your military force. That's the only way you can flex your nuts. You understand? So President Trump wants to be the main holder of Bitcoin. He wants to be the main holder of everything. His thing is to make America great again. And to the black people out there, let me be the first to tell you, when you hear that, make America great again, and you instantly get trauma and you want to fight, you're an idiot, man. All right, you've been duped and stooped. I'll be the first to tell you, I am co-owner of a Republican station. All right, you can say what you want. I won't say all of them are great, but you have been stooped if you think all of them are bad. You understand? So when a man say make America great again, it has nothing to do with race and color. The sound bites on TV does. But I can 100% tell you it's make America great because he wants America to be the powerhouse nation that it once upon a time was. And the only way you could do that, honestly, when you got other nations that got the same stuff as you, the only way you could be the greatest nation in the world is to flex your nuts. So that's just a buck. All right, so that's Palantir. And I think my last one I wanted to show you guys might be so again, I say Palantir, if you catch her about $77, ooh, shoot, if you catch her around the $71, $60 range, then understand something happened and she's falling, but that is a blessing. That is a blessing. Don't buy nothing in a week, a 30-day range. At that point, you want to give her at least a year, 6 months to a year. If not, you want to go further out. And the further you go out, the more money those options are going to cost. But the further they go out, the more time you have to let them fall and bounce. All right. So we're not going to say this one. So Palantir, if you guys know, you know that's my workhorse. You know that's my boo-boo. I personally don't say, man, I wouldn't tell y'all to really trade too much. You can learn on that and make money. All right. So my last one, let me make sure ain't nothing in the chat. Nope, nothing in the chat. Nothing in the chat. That's it. It's not a free game. Say, baby, that's what I want to give y'all, man. I need some company in retirement, y'all. I need some people to do some hood rat stuff with. Shit, I need y'all to not be at work so much. So I'm gonna share all the game I can. Not my time though. Yeah. All right. So let's go SoFi. SoFi is another one. If you guys hear me a lot, this is a great one to get in if you guys are just starting to understand trading or even investing. SoFi is a damn good company. They're a fintech bank. So what a fintech bank is, we got our traditional banking, Wells Fargo, Chase, and all these guys, and they have actual brick and mortar places we can go in. SoFi is a little different. They're more of a fintech, meaning that, well, they don't really have a headquarters per se. That a lot of, not headquarters, but they don't have a lot of banks that we can just pull up in and and start. They're online banking, so they're just more of a digital thing. So they're not a brick and mortar per se. But if you heard of SoFi, you've heard of SoFi Stadium and all of these. So they're very reputable. So SoFi is one of them companies that they've been taking a beating. Really, financials in general, banks in general have been taking a beating. Banks, credit cards, all these guys under the Biden administration have been taking an absolute beating because under the Biden administration, you got student forgiveness loans, you got a lot of things, and a lot of money was given out. I'm not saying you shouldn't give people money, but you got to understand anytime you give away money, there's a repercussion to it somewhere. Chances are it's going to hit the people who have money. You know what I'm saying? It's going to hit the people who have money and they're going to get taxed harder. I can definitely tell you I'm one of them people that I'm for everybody. I bust my ass to get to where I am, and so did my wife. We bust our ass to get here. Ain't none of this giving. We didn't hit no mega million. We didn't have no family member die and leave us $2. We didn't have nothing but hard work and grit, and we still got it to this day. So to get to the status that we are through hard work and dedication, and now because we make more money, we have to pay more in taxes because Sally Sue over there on the West End can't keep her legs closed, and she got 8 damn kids, and she need a little bit of help and assistance. See, me as a man that fought to get away from that, you understand, I get pissed when I get taxed like that, because especially I didn't even enjoy making the babies. Why the hell I got to pay for them? It's my mentality to it. So a lot of us, we look at it as, no, man, I don't want my money to go there under that administration because it's killing me. So anyway, that was the Biden administration when it came to a lot of the banks and stuff. So far now coming in with a Republican leader, see, they're going to thrive more under a Republican leader because now you don't have things such as student forgiveness loans. Banks make money off of loans. So if you giving everybody forgiveness, then damn, bitch, I ain't making no money. So now that you know that banks are about to start making money here in the next few years, SoFi is one of those heavy hitter players that say, man, they so cheap right now, anybody can get in. And right now they're steady falling. So this is SoFi on the hourly. Let's see what they're looking like on a weekly. So anybody that's out there and that you do your charting, when you start looking at stuff, the first thing I want you to do when you get the charting, you're going to pull that sucker all the way out. And you're going to pull it all the way, you're going to pull it all the way out on the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. All right. So this is SoFi. So she's about 6 years. All right. So this is SoFi on pretty much its existence, right? So the first thing I would do, and I sure hope my dog Tosh out there somewhere. I can't see the chat, but Tosh, if you out there, this is for you. All right, so SoFi right now, we look at the RSI, and I'm looking on the weekly. The RSI is running hot. It's at a 70 or above. So what does that mean? That means that it's time for, well, it's technically time for SoFi to have a bounce. Does that mean SoFi is going to bounce? It sure doesn't, but it means it should because the RSI is hot. Well, the RSI is going to get hot again because this run up right here, this was already SoFi starting to make money. So those of you're probably looking at, you don't know what the hell this is, but this is the RSI on a weekly scale. All right, a weekly scale. So these are big candles. These candles are days. But anyway, SoFi was running up. So they're due for a pullback, which actually we got right here. So how would I know that this is a pullback? This is beautiful. So if we look at SoFi right here, you see this red candle. You see blue, 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 red, and then bam, we got a little bit of a blue. Well, this is called a pullback. But how would you know that this pullback was going to be here? Well, if you look to the left, let's go pretty much here in this area. Boom, right there. So if you look back here to the left, let's find you. So right here in this area, boom, you'll see a candle there. So stock price fell. Boom, we had a run up. Stock price fell. Boom. So remember I said before, those long candles, those long red ones, eventually are making a room for a run up. And in this case, it did just that. How did we know it was time for a run up, even on that pullback? Because if you look to when it first came out, it came down, it bounced here. When it bounced right there and went up, that made a support. It had already been at support in this area, y'all. Oh, wait. It had already been there. So your job as a trader or even a smart investor is you're going to find where did this stock bounce at? Where did it bounce? Because wherever it bounced at, when it falls to that, that's when I want to get in. But I got to know that it's steady going up. So this is a prime example of what we call a double top. So the stock is going up. So as you can see here, it debuted. So it came out. This was his rookie year. This was the rookie game. It came out, bam. It threw up 28 on him. In his rookie debut, it went up to $28. But since its rookie debut, it's been having the clamps put on him. Because since $28, the highest it ever had in the next game was $24 and 95 cents. The next game it came in, it had $24.65. That's too much of the same. So what happened? The price fell. In order for the price to go up, it was going to have to break $24.95. It had to break this. If it broke this, then we knew that the next one to break was going to be here, the $28 range. When it breaks $28, guys, we don't even know where it's going after that. Prime example, Palantir. Anybody that's following me, I was screaming when Palantir breaks $58, guys, we don't know where the hell it's going to go. But one thing we know, she is going to run. And hence, we're almost at $100 now. So that's the same with SoFi. SoFi is trying to gear up for that same type of run. SoFi has resistance at $17. So how did I know it had resistance at $17? Because I looked in its past. I already found it. So when it failed back here, as I told y'all, this is Mortal Kombat. When it failed, it has to fight every freaking price that it fell from. So if I want to be goofy and just put lines where it got to fight, it got to beat this guy. 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 And then it got to come fight the twins right here, the Twin Towers. And then once they beat them, they got to beat this guy. So this stock has to go through all these red lines that you see up here. Every red line is resistance. What is resistance will become support. So just like now, if SoFi had went to $17 and then it failed, $14 pretty much, $15, $14 was support. It fell on the low to $14.58. Right now, we're currently sitting at $15.35. So it's down from its high of $17, but it's above its support of $14. And this is on a weekly chart. So right now, you can say, hey, well, I want to play SoFi, but I don't want to look at all this chart stuff. Cool. We have identified SoFi needs to beat $28. Now the question is, how long do you think it'll take SoFi to beat $28? You as the trader now got to go stalk SoFi. You got to now get off social media stalking people that ain't paying you nothing and now go stalk companies that will pay you something. If you notice SoFi is above $14, the goal is to get back to $17. Right now, if you know options and you have just a little bit of money, you can now go get yourself, if I could give you anything, that's not financial advice, but it is good advice. I would say I would probably try to go play with SoFi to probably around the summer. I'm going to say spring, summertime, 100%, $17 to $20 range, whatever those options would cost. I don't think you'll be too bad with either one of them. I truly believe SoFi is going to bless you with an opportunity back down to the $10, $9 range during that time. And when it does, that's when you'll average down and buy more. When SoFi bounces, whether she decides, because SoFi can come down to damn near, she can come down to damn near $8 before she bounces. But let's say somewhere in the $9 so range before she bounces. If she does that, she is 100 hands down. She is blessing any and everybody in the world that want to pay her attention. Because her whole goal is she has to get back to beat $28. $28 is what she came out in her rookie year. This is now year probably 4 to 5. 4 to 5 years, you ain't putting up rookie numbers, then you got to get out of here. And see, SoFi is too valuable for that. They're starting to pick up a lot of pace, especially again, now that Donald Trump is coming in. Because I guarantee you, if you look at when SoFi ran up to these numbers, that was probably during the Trump administration. When SoFi fell to these numbers, that was probably someone in the Biden administration. SoFi starting to come up, it's probably because of the Trump administration coming in. So this is how you find yourself with $1 million. I can tell you right now, if somebody had enough money that they wanted to play, that you just wanted to waste, say you had $1,000 and you're like, you know what? I'm finna go out with the girls and the fellas. We finna drink beer, smoke, have cigars, whatever. You probably finna waste $1,000 anyway. So if I could say to be a smart person and waste $1,000, then I would say I would take $1,000, put it on SoFi to be over $25 by end of year next year. That would be my option thing. Really, you can go to summer. You could probably even go before that. You want to get a nation enough time to have its fear factor of a recession pullback. You want us to be able to go through a lot of that. So if we get to go through that again before Donald Trump takes office, hell, if we get to go through it while he's in office, understand something that's very important to me. Donald Trump has a whole lot of money in that stock market. Him and his buddies got a whole lot of money in that stock market. So if you think that even a recession is going to come and then just totally wipe out the stock market, you got to be out your mind. If George Floyd and COVID didn't wipe out the stock market, I don't think any of this scare going to do. So again, if you want to become probably rich off of a play like that, then something like that will happen. But you have to know how to average down. If you put $1,000 on SoFi right now and just let it sit the next year, yes, you can probably make money. You are nowhere near make as much as you should, though. Because if you average down with $1,000, you can easily get $1 million. You can easily get $1 million in a year. You can easily. And if anybody tell you can't, you tell them, sorry, son, you tell them to come holler at me, because you can. All right. So SoFi and Palantir is the ones that I'm giving you. I'm giving you that. All right. Guys, I think that's pretty much, if it's going to be anything else y'all want me to do, you might be able to toss something in the chat real quick and I'll try to chart it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to even toss y'all a bone. You know what, Cass? I'm even toss y'all a bone. So anyway, if you knew, I would hands down say, if you want to touch options, if you want to touch them, and you're just going to do it on your own, don't run and grab the stuff that you see us trading. Stick with what I just gave you. Palantir and SoFi. That's it. Palantir and SoFi. That's it. Palantir and SoFi. That's it. That's it. That's it. That is it. If you want to play something else, that's fine. But you can do this with stocks or options. Guys, you can do this with stock. You can go buy $300 worth of SoFi stock. Not options, but stock. You can buy those and then sell it when SoFi runs up. If it runs up $10 and you bought 13 freaking contracts, then you probably got yourself a good $100-some off of a move like that. You can now sell that. So anything is possible. Let me see what we got here. Talk to C. He say, what about UHC? UHC, I don't know. I never heard of them. Let's give them a shot. Let's see who UHC is. Did I do that right? UHC. Okay. Maybe I'm dyslexic. Hold on. Yeah, UHC. Don't look like they're on at least my stuff to chart. United Healthcare. United Healthcare. Okay, well, let's give that one a shot there. Carnetta? Ew, it's Carnetta. Oh, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. It's Carnetta. Netta. Of course, I got to do it. Now you know I got to do it. United. Nah, I don't have it. It's not on there. Now, where you get that ticker symbol from? Might be UHG. Okay, let's try UHG. Okay. United Homes Group. Now, is that who you meant? United Homes Group? Let me see. And for those that don't know, Netta's my cousin. And when I say we go at it, ooh, that is my mortal, nemesis. Okay, so that's not it. All right. Then I don't see them. That I'm not seeing them come up. United Healthcare. So that maybe they're just not on mine, or if they're out there and they have a ticker, then they should be on the public market. But a lot of times, some companies are on the private market. So I don't know if they are one. UNH. Okay. UNH. So I'm the slow one there. All right. All right. So I think this one is UNH. United Healthcare Group. Okay, I think we got it there. And my damn Jules got my back. Boy, Jules be having my back, man. I love it, Jules. I love it. Yeah, I found it, honey. So for those of you that don't know, I always call my wife she's my scribe. So she always makes sure that she comes in and let me know I see y'all messages. Oh, you go talk. Ooh. I'm gonna let that one slide, Netta. I'm gonna let it slide, dog. All right. So the first thing I would do, Netta, let me ask you this. So is this something you want to look at? So is this something you're invested in? Is this something you're looking to trade? Is this something you're looking to invest in? Tell me what you're thinking about. I just want to get a boy. I just want to get you, dog. But I'm gonna stay professional. But yeah, let me know what it is. Because the first thing that I normally do if I'm just day trading, I may not do these steps. But in this particular case, if I'm going to try to invest in it or get into some, then the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come out and I want to chart this sucker again as far as I can see. One thing I will say, if you can see right here in this area where you see, I call these bottom lakes. All right. These are high mountain tops. These are bottom lakes. When you start seeing stocks on the RSI and this means that it is oversold. All right. It's oversold. Just too many people that sold it all. They're saying that it's worth $4, but she's really worth $5. You know what I'm saying? That so it's a great time to buy. So anyway, I'm gonna pull this sucker out. Giggity. At least 5 years. Let's go a little bit further. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're doing given the climate, wondering if the stock may fall soon. So Netta says she's looking to invest into it. Given the climate, wondered if the stock may fall soon. That sucker, that mug like a Dougie Fresh. Like it just keep rising to the top. So let's see here. UAT. Oh shit. Boy, that sucker 500 a share. Ooh, look at Netta with the big pockets. Okay then, Netta. Well, let me help you out. Big money. Let's see here. So right now it is falling to a good buy area. So its highest right now was 628. Oh shit. Yeah, she looking lovely. So right now your range is pretty much where it's at right now, about $500. So this is on the monthly. So I would look at that there. I would put that guy there. Because now it's sitting at support. It's sitting at its support. So we're going to keep this. And I'm going to save this one. I'm going to call this one Netta the Butthead. Yeah, let's see you top that. Yeah, I misspelled butt, trying to be smart. Netta the Butthead. Yeah, let's keep that one there. All right, so now that I saved that, what I can do now is I can come in closer. I put in my support and resistance lines. I can come in closer. Now I got a bit of a range that I can see that I can play from. So around the 460 range is good. So right now this stock is called it can go either way. You know what I'm saying? When I say either way, obviously it can go up and down, but right now it's fighting to stay on its support that is pretty much at right now. That's about the 500, 540 range. This opened up at 611 on the month. It had a high of 620, and then it had a low of 475. That was that right there. And then we're currently sitting at 500. So you would want to see where December. So this is where we're sitting at right now for the month of December. So if it was me and you're saying you're trying to get into it for a long-term investment, I mean, you could. I personally, I would want it at a cheaper price myself. So I would probably be waiting until it revisits around the 450s, the 400 range to see if it can. Me, in my knowledge, I would probably need to see what next month is going to give me or what this month is going to finish out on. Because right now, if we finish out where we at now, we are at, you're kind of at a support level, kind of, sort of. And again, this is the monthly. So then I would go into the daily. Because even here, you sitting at support. You sitting at support. You sitting at support. Yeah, you sitting at support down there everywhere. So it's kind of setting up. If it was to come lower, it'd be looking like it's starting to try to set up for like an inverted head and shoulders, which means that a big push is coming soon. So we may see it right here. So right now we're dipping down. The RSI is about a 59. This is on the monthly. So I would save this and then I would jump my happy self over and then I'm gonna check out the daily. So if this is something you're looking to get into, you want to catch a deal. All right. We're gonna help you catch a deal. So actually, on how to catch a deal. So Cass just asked a question that actually plays Netta, into what you're doing. So I would say this, guys, you can do stocks. All right. There's nothing wrong with trading stocks, but see, your option game is what you got to learn. That stuff that I just gave you, the moving averages and the VWAP, that applies to stocks and that applies to options. So the way options work is option contracts give you the right to buy 100 shares. So if we go through the Sunday newspaper sometime and we'll open that sucker up, in the Sunday newspaper used to be, I guess I'm telling my age here, but in the paper it got like coupons, and those coupons may be for some you can take to the grocery store or certain percentage off on Pizza Hut or so. Well, your option contracts is that coupon. All right, that coupon gives you the right to buy 100 shares. So Cass is saying, how do I know what strike price to look for? In this particular case, for what is this again? United Health. See, Netta, you would really want to do options because the stock price is going to be very, very expensive. You're looking at right now about $500 per contract. And in order to make good money in the stock market, you got to have multiple contracts. So what I do is, if you got 500 to buy one, then I damn sure would be like, oh no, I need to take you over here to this stock, show you this stock that probably will move just like this one and make you just as much money. So this is a good company. It is 100% in a bounce zone. This is looking at it on a 3-year, so essentially 4 years. We're looking at it right now. So I would say if you wanted to purchase it and get it, it's honestly sitting at a juicy ass area. Yeah, this is kind of juicy, y'all. So what just happened was, let me show you a little bit better than I can tell you. So right here, if you guys see this is kind of a major support area. It's a major support area because this stock has visited this area multiple times. It visited it here once, it poked up, it came here, bam, bounce, bam, bounce, bam, bounce, bam, bounce, bam, bounce, bam, bounce. And now it was coming back to here, but it did not. So when it stopped here, as of right now, it's not a new support, but it's higher than where we predicted it was already finna come. We predicted it was coming back here to about 431. Doesn't mean it still won't, but as of right now, 475 is where it caught. So now it needs to go test. It's already at the 500s, right? So now it needs to go test about the 515 to 516 to 520. It's going to need to test that in order to go up. Being that it just fell from that, unless they got good news coming. Let me see, 2021. Oh, they got earnings. Okay, so that changes my sentiment there. They have earnings up here. So up here, if you look in the top up here, so earnings, guys, is very important to a company. When a company has earnings, then chances are they are releasing something. They're going to be telling us what they did with our money. So Ned, if you want to get in them now and you just bought one share at $500, well, come January 10th, they got to tell you what they're doing with your money that you just put in there. They got to tell you what they're buying to grow the company. They got to tell you what the losses was. They got to tell you everything. They can't be, they have to be transparent, because if they lie about anything and it's found, they'll now be sued and, kicked off the stock market, whatever. So they got to be straight up with you. So when the earnings is coming up, that's more than likely what this drop is. The fear that we just had last week dropped this. Let me tell y'all something. When we start dropping in the fear and greed stuff, hey, man, the news is owned by these big ass corporations. If you want to know who own the country, just look up the richest people in the world. People out here richer than the government. You understand? If you're richer than the government, it's hard for the government to tell your ass what to do. So anyway, that's what's happening right now. When you see these big sell-offs and they drop, so many companies, you expecting a Christmas rally. Stocks rally for Christmas. Hey, man, the stock market ain't nothing but a casino for rich folks, man. That's it. And they want to get paid on Christmas. They got yachts to buy, planes to buy. So for us, if you know how to read a stock chart, we now become those little fish that swim around whales and sharks' ass. And we eat the scraps because we ain't strong enough to fight for ourselves. Well, that's us in the stock market. Because when Warren Buffett drops $800 million on the stock, our little $40 don't mean nothing. But if Warren Buffett makes money, off of his stock, then that means your $40 grow. So anyway, earnings is very important. So this stock right now is going to be setting up for an earnings type of run. So I wouldn't be surprised to see it fluctuate between the 500, 520 range here in the next few days. It may even pop up to about 550 or so. So how this works in the option world, Cass, if I wanted to do an option, these are now my strike prices up here. If price is currently sitting at $500, now I'm looking to the left to see where has it been. It fell from 628. So I can easily put a 628 call in, but I got to get this sucker time. You can't do a week to 2 week options to 628. If you did, those options probably cost $40. So they cheap. So you're going to be like, hell yeah. And you'll run up $300 on it probably, not even knowing you finna lose it. But if you go out 3 months, 4 months or whatever, one option contract might cost $300, but it's out so far that now this stock price a fight to get to 628, but that sucker might go to 800. So your one option, because you gave it time where it normally would have went to 546 or 550, it now ran to like $700-800 because you gave it time. So you came in with like $300 and you walking away with 30,000 or 300,000. Like that stuff that I be posting to y'all, it's not fake. Some of this, I've literally made $10,000 in an hour because I knew the bounce area and I dropped a G on it. This shit ain't fake, y'all. It's real deal. So your strike prices will be where it fell from. So you just got to be smart enough now to look at the chart and say, well, how long do I think it would take to get there? Me personally, on a lot of stuff, depending on if this is a good company, if this is a great company, cuz, hey, man, this one option might cost you $2,000, $3,000 for this. But if you're going to tell me that, well, I do think it's going to definitely get back to 628. Hey, man, if that one option costs a G, it is a lot, and we can go find cheaper stuff. But if you truly believe in this company, then you put that goddamn G right there. You understand? You put that, because who's going to get $1 million quicker? You or one of these multi-billion-dollar companies? My guess is the companies. So I would rather put that $1,000 on them to make me a lot of money than me to put that $1,000 on me. So in this game, so I'm just saying that may be that, but it has to beat any of these. So if you try to grab a 628 option right now, probably for anywhere towards, like I say, Trump coming in office or so, they may be expensive, but probably not as much as they should be. Even if it's, like I said, 1,000, 800, 700, by the time that sucker get back to 628 and run, oh man, you can cancel Christmas, Chief. You probably just retired yourself off $1,000. Serious. 6 figures, like in the stock market world, to see people become millionaires is not impressive. Like it is. You know what I'm saying? It is, because people like us, we never thought that was imaginable. But people who've been in the stock market game is like, oh, you got $1 million. Well, hot damn, congratulations. I'll see you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of action, because it's not a lot of money. I promise y'all, in Wall Street, $1 million is not a lot of money. It's not. And that shit sound conceited because I'm from the hood. Man, a dude to slice your throat over some canned sardines where I'm from. So $1 million? But you can get it in this. And this is the type of game I want to teach to like the dope boys is out there. Because it's like, bro, you're taking a penitentiary chance when I can show you what to do with $30 and it'll pay you way more than what you're going to get on the street. So that's that. All right. What we got? What we got here? Applied Digital. Is the Applied Digital one you want me to look up? I think. But okay, because you got that. So I would say this, because on back to you on your one with Robinhood, the United Health one, if you can just go, well, you would have to have your account set up to be able to look at the options. Maybe I had to do another live for that. But if you just set up a Robinhood, and even if you just bought the one stock, even if you just bought one stock just to see how it go, that's fine. Sometimes you don't even have to buy one. If you guys want to get into trying to understand things, there's paper money you can do, and that's fine. I'm a firm believer. Like, I don't like paper money, because when people trade and they make a lot of money on paper, like, damn, bro, I see, had you did that in real money, that'll be your money. you actually have money, but now you got monopoly money. It means nothing. So I'd rather go ahead and shoot my shot with a couple dollars, and because you buying scratch offs and stupid ass wine in the club anyway. You know what I'm saying? It ain't serving you no purpose. So why not give this a shot? So that's United. We said Applied Digital. Don't know what that is. Applied. Okay. Applied Digital. Now, one thing I would tell you about almost any stock that we're probably finna, Oh shit, that bitch juicy. That bitch juicy, y'all. That one thing I can tell you about almost everything we're gonna look at is we have to see where the market is tomorrow. All right. Last week we were in extreme fear. We were in fear due to talk of a recession and Federal Reserve talk, yada yada yada. Spooked everybody. All right, spooked the whole damn market. All right, so the market kind of sold off a lot. So now we got to see, because the talk is still there about recession and interest rates, yada yada. So we need to see where we are. This particular one, Applied Digital, at least on the hourly. So this means tomorrow, when the market opens, you're sitting at $8. You open at 8. You had a high of 8.35. You had a low of 7.81, and you're currently sitting at $8. So it is lower than where it opened, but it is higher than its lowest. So right now, it's got to try to beat 8.35 on the option play. Anyway, it has to try to beat 8.35 before it even starts to even get a tempting good looking. All right. So for those of you that know how to chart, I'm gonna show you a cheat code real quick. So we're looking at this right now on a 2-month, 17-day look. But now that I see the RSI is icy cold on this, I'll show you how to trade this for 1 hour. So we're going to come into about a 30-day look. All right, let's go back out. You could trade, and when we say trade, you could trade for seconds, you could trade for minutes, you could trade for hours, days, weeks, months, years. You trade as long as you want. It just depends on your money. If you got the money to trade for a year, then trade for a year. All right. So we are 100% in a bounce area, hands down. This bit so much in the bounce area, I might trade this bit. That's one thing I will say. When I've been doing these charting little lives, the thing I like about it is some people, especially if you were trained under me and you want me to chart, you'll give me a stock to chart and I'll chart it. And then I even look at it and be like, oh shit, I think I'm finna trade this because you've been to show me a juicy one. All right, so Applied Digital, and they need to get back to about 822. They're falling right now. It looks like they're about to come down to the $7 range at this second. If I go off the Fibonacci, then let's say that I can even pull it in and bring it up because I get more taps. I get more taps here than I get this long one. You can never really ignore this guy. So when you're doing your Fibonacci, for anybody that's out there, you got a Fibonacci retracement. You want to really go to where it bounced at. All right. You want to always go. So I always pull it all. I always pull it all the way out, meaning the chart. I always pull the chart all the way out and look at a few days so I can kind of see where it's going. So I see that we rejected up here at about 1125. We rejected. So right now it fell. It's sitting at 781. So it's way lower than its previous supports. All right. So it's dancing around where it should be. It's kind of a bounce area. So we can go either way. I don't know enough about this company to say, oh, yeah, it's a go or not. But let me see. They got earnings in next month as well. So I keep saying earnings. For those of you that don't know, all companies report earnings, okay? Every 90 days, I believe they all should be reporting their earnings call. So every 90 days, they letting you know, hey, man, here's what we done with your money these last 90 days. Hey, man, here's what we done with this. So a lot of companies are finna start reporting earnings in January. Pretty much almost everybody. And it's going to go from January to February, February to March. And then as the next months come in, the companies that reported in January may be reporting in like March, April, so on and so forth. And that's going to keep going because that's how you know where your money's at. So I always say, if you're going to play anything, man, play that shit to earnings or so. So right now, if you catch a company that's down, like this company they're actually down. So they had earnings in October. So we back here in October. So since October, they had earnings October 9th. So October 9th, they ran up. They ran up to about $9.40. So when you see stocks run up a lot of times, man, you got to sell, guys. You got to goddamn gonna sell. You watch that pot. You watch your pot go up and make a lot of money. You're going to go take a crap, come back. That money going to be gone because you didn't take none of it. So you got to do what's called set your sales. And as I told you earlier, I'll be out cleaning chicken crap when half of my stuff sell because you just got to know when to do it. So anyway, 948. When they went to 948, it had a long drop down to 595 from 940 all the way to 595. But guys, if you know how to read a chart, when it fell to goddamn support. Support was 551. It fell to 595 before it caught. It never even came here. It should have came to 570. It didn't. It came to 595. It should have came to 583. It didn't. It came to 595. I know this because I'm just looking back into its past. When it came here and it caught support, we automatically knew it was finna go up. Automatically knew it was finna go up. And it did. It went up. It rejected the 940. Remember, he has to beat 940. All these guys are cute. That's cute. But this is the person to beat. Once you beat them, you got to make a new high. And it did. It made a new high. I can't see it this second, but it looked like $10-something. It made a new high. And then it fell to 937. And then when it tried to go back to retest that new high, it couldn't. It failed. When it failed, it tried to go back to retest that high. It did. It hit 1125, which is a new high, but it didn't have enough juice to hold, and it failed. Boom. So now we're falling. So now you're sitting at really support, goddamn. You're really sitting at support. So now this stock can go from here. They got to get back to like the $10 range, but $11.19 is where it's trying to it should probably have rejection at. If it doesn't, it should beat 1125. If it beat 1125, it just established new high, at least on this time frame. All right. So that's United Health. Oh, yeah. Okay. The CEO was killed. I remember that now. Now, here's the funny thing. About that, Netta. Biggie has a song. Biggie Smalls has a song. He say, "You're nobody until somebody kills you." That is a fact. So that's what happens a lot of times in the world. You got these rappers that everybody loved and all of this. Nobody even give a damn about him until he dies. And when he dies, everybody go stream his music and he now become a multi-platinum, you know what I'm saying, artist. It's crazy how that works, right? That's pretty much what happened with them, United. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I think that's about it, y'all, if y'all want to see something else. But yeah, the United one, the CEO, yeah, that stock price went up after he got killed. Ain't that something? Gonna look at cheaper. We'll keep watching. So yeah, listen, I gave you guys some absolute bangers. All right. Palantir. All right. PLTR. That's my boo-boo. Palantir and SoFi. Those are small, heavy hitters. Yes, you can go play the Teslas, Amazon, all that. Yes, you can. But why? I'm giving y'all bangers in those two. They're really, really underrated right now. The options are getting kind of pricey because the stock price is moving, but they will not disappoint. I'm positive of it. One of my other ones that I want to give you guys, to everybody that's out there, one to go look at and start studying. As you studying all this crap I gave you, study Intel. Intel is my absolute sleeper pick. Intel, the company. A lot of us grew up watching, messing with Intel computers, laptops, and processors, and core printer, whatever the crap that was. But Intel is a heavy hitter in the chip making world. Unfortunately for Intel, their last CEO, he didn't make the proper adjustments that he should have within the company into this AI push. He didn't do it, but NVIDIA did. And NVIDIA sucked up everybody's business. Well, a lot of NVIDIA's business was coming from overseas, China, chip makers, so on and so forth. Well, now we all know President Trump, he's already told you, China is someone that he does not like. And he does not want to give China the damn opportunity to be more bigger than the United States. So he is hands down going to try to slam anything that's going in and out of China. So my wife talking to me. I can't see you, honey. Oh, yeah, on that screen. Yeah, I put it on that screen. I'm just talking, guys. It shouldn't be done on the screen. But Intel is a household name. They're not. Hey, Stu, that's my dog. Thank you. So with that being said, you may not even know options right now. You don't even know it. And as you learn it, Intel is one of those ones that if you can purchase it right now, because the options are dirt cheap. If you can purchase it right now, matter of fact, I told y'all last I was finna leave, but y'all be getting me in the mood. So this is why I did an 11-hour live last time, because I get on here and I be at home. So we're gonna look at Intel right now. And I'll show you guys why. If you're looking at a chart, remember, if you learn that once you start learning to read all this, you're gonna know right away when Intel is falling. You got the Alicia Keys going on, you know what I'm saying? I keep on falling. Okay, let me not sing. All right, so if I bring this all the way out so we can see right now. Now, I've been trading Intel for a while too, so one thing I do know is Intel has to get back to $38. Intel fell from about $38, the $36 range or whatever, but they got to get back to $38. They just got to. So they ain't going to be nothing until they get there. Intel is in the absolute dirt. If you can see this, the bottom, we're just now leaving the oversold situation. So we went up. So if being that I know how to chart, I'll come down here to the RSI. And I want to make my barrier where the RSI needs to go, which will be here. So Intel is not going to be anything until my RSI until my RSI beat, I can't even think of the right word. To the RSI kind of breaks resistance here of this green line. Once it breaks that, we should be in the upward motion. So until then, we're not. So right now, Intel about $21. So they're just trying to fight to get that. And this is the hourly. So let's look at this sucker on the monthly. And I want to show you guys something. And hopefully you'll see why I say it's my sleeper pick. So let's bring this sucker out to the monthly. Bring it all the way out. So I'm literally charting this for you. All right. So if any of you guys, if you just learn how to operate Robinhood, learn how to sell and buy, I'm doing your homework for you right now. I am giving you access to a milli right now. No lie. You get the big payouts by the leverage you put up. Right now, most of you are not in the stock market. So putting up $100 will probably be like, oh, that's taboo to you. You don't even want to do that. But as you learn the chart and you learn this game, you get more confident because the more leverage you put up, well, the more your payout will be. So earlier I say I don't have a problem with doing $1,000 to $5,000 per trade now because my knowledge in charts are so good that, again, we just want the stock price to go up. I might have an option to go to $50 and I bought it at $22, but when it get to freaking $23, I made enough money. I just want to sell it. I can do that. It's my money. Now, unfortunately, I still got to pay taxes. Remember, got to pay taxes. So anyway, this is Intel. So right now, Intel is on a total beatdown. They can come to, right now, we're sitting at about 1952. 1952 is where Intel is trying to stay away from, but we can even come all the way down to $15. So Intel could bless the whole world and come to $15. Does this mean Intel is a great company and going up? I'm going to say no. But what I will say is now that President Trump is coming in, yes, here's why I say you guys don't want to get stupid. All right, let me show you this. This is the absolute game changer right here. And I just saved you probably $1 million. All right, you see this right here? Ah, damn it, I can never move this. Hold on, y'all. So right here, remember when I say the RSI is cold? Back in 2023, the RSI was icy cold. All right. Intel was here. But when was the last time that Intel ever been this icy cold? It was back here in 2009. Ah, damn it, Terry. So back here in 2009 was the last time that Intel touched this little line right there. So this line here, which was support, they came here. They pretty much fell through support, but they're still in that general area. So now they pumped up because remember, they got to beat all of these guys back here. They got to beat all this history back here. All right. So even if we look at the top of here, I guarantee you we've been here before. So if we look right here and then go to the back, bam, been here before. Bam, been here before. Bam, been here before. We came here, bam, we poked through, bam, been here before. Bam, been here before. Bam, been here before. You see what I'm saying? So now you know when the stock is above this line, if it can get above this line, it'll try to trend above this line. But if it falls below this line that I just put there, it's going to stay under. But look at this. When you guys start learning how to read this, you're going to be like, man, each tick that was down was higher. You got a tick here. You got a tick here. You got a tick here. They're higher. And then it ran hot. Just look at your money being in a wheelbarrow up here. This is a wheelbarrow, and you steady pushing it up. You steady collecting money. Eventually, you got to come downhill. You can't go uphill forever. And that's what happened. But when you come downhill, you got to down be somewhere. All right, my wife telling me to wrap this shit up. All right, I can't give y'all too much free money. She's telling me to go. She ready to go shopping. But this is Intel. Again, this is Intel. So 2023 was this low. Now 2024, we just starting to come back up. We can still go lower, but one thing I will tell you, go research Intel. See what Intel could possibly benefit from by President Trump being in the presidential seat. Also, see what Intel can benefit from if President Trump said, I'm going to put tariffs on every damn country. You know what I'm saying? If I'm putting high tariffs on China. So if you're getting any of your goods out of China, oh, you're finna pay to get that. Whatever you was paying under the Biden administration to get it, oh, no, under my administration, we going higher because I don't want China to get no American dollars. That's his mentality. So if that's his mentality and Intel is an American chip maker, and President Trump is giving every country that has American-made products, if you have your products made in America, you get a tax break of $1 billion damn near. So you take that information, you see how that can benefit Intel, and you see how President Trump presidency can benefit Intel. And if you see what I see and think what I think, then you determine on what's a good amount of money you should put behind Intel to get to, at bare minimum, back to the third. Now, here, I do want to show this. I was telling someone this the other day, and I told them Intel, they don't mean nothing in the whole entire world until they get to $62. So right now they're going down, and they got to fight they way back up this Mortal Kombat gauntlet, but they don't mean nothing until they get to $62. If President Trump comes in and he blesses them with the immunity that he say he's gonna bless them with, and they run past $62, and you bought an option right now for why was that $19 or $20 saying that Intel is going to $30 by the end of the year. But Intel actually hits $30 by February, and President Trump signs all these bills, and now Intel is back alive and is fighting his way to $30. If at $18 all you put in this son of a bitch was $50, I guarantee you have over you are really well over $5,000 by the time you hit really probably $20. By the time you get up here in the 50s and 60s, I guarantee you got a couple zeros on your funky little ass investment that you made of $50 somewhere. Will it happen like that all the time? No. You know what I'm saying? But if you give it time and you understand the company and you believe in the company and yada, then yes, it will. All right. So Intel, SoFi, Palantir. Man, let me tell you, by freaking this time next year, if all of those stocks are under the price that they're at now, I would be totally surprised, and probably the nation is in hell. But a little bit of money right now, lasting out to give yourself at least a year to learn stock options. Now, when I do my boot camp, I swear I'll do a boot camp, y'all, but you're going to pay for that damn boot camp because I can't give away too much time and too much game. But in that boot camp, man, my goal would be to have you guys leave with a point of you understand everything. All right. You understand the game. You understand everything. You can make money while sitting on the toilet. You give me that. Let me see. Dean, what you got? He said, IC is another that I'm watching due to Trump regulation. They have rights to lithium being in the U.S. and GM has a contract with them. So instead of Tesla, Ford, all of them getting their lithium. So Dean, so check this out. That's it. Dean, this is why I fucking love you, Dean. See, Dean, man, let me tell you, when I started teaching this trading thing and giving game out, Dean was one of them ones that started picking it up early. And even though, Dean, I know you can't pick it up too much because it ain't like you can just pick the phone up and call me. But that's why I want to start doing these lives a little more so you can get that information. But Yes, and these contracts, so like GM, Ford, a lot of American car companies, they taking a beating right now, right? Now President Trump is coming in and saying, hey man, you ain't finna push everybody to go get no EVs and crap. So no, man, no, we want gas cars. If we want muscle cars, that's us. So his thing is pushing back to American-made cars. So if American-made companies, i.e. Ford, GM, all of these guys can prove that they're getting all their parts from America, not China and all of this, then now these guys, you see them down taking a beating. This is almost prime picking time. If you want to get, GM and Ford, I would probably hands down, I would get out to about a year or two. Ford, I own a Ford, I drive a Ford, and I swear that son bitch stay in the shop almost every week. So I don't get mad at Ford per se. I just be like, hey, Ford, you know what? You're going to buy me a new Ford. So I'm heavily invested in Ford. I got a Ford option out to December of next year. Ford is on one hell of a bounce right now, taking an A beating. I'm probably up to 300 contracts on that particular option alone. So now if Ford can catch his footing and get itself back to $13 or $11, hands down, easy six-figure payout. Super, 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 super easy. Six-figure payout at minimum because I bought so many while I was down. So that's the nuance of the game, Dean. So yeah, you learn that, you're going to be on it. What's the ticker for Intel? Cash. The ticker for Intel is INTC. All right. INTC. And that's the one that I was telling you too, Cash, that I want you. And if I got to walk you through this, when you got my number, so you better use it. I want you to get one of those Intel options, if not one or two. And those will be for the baby. I should say babies. All right. And we'll do a 2-year out option. Because if I am correct on this, and let's say Intel runs now an NVIDIA type of runs, because now they will be an American chip making company. They would have to be worth more than $60. So that means they would have to get up to about the 80 to 90, pull a Pelletier type of run. If they do that from $20 to $100, what you buy today and you got it for 2 years, Cass, not even I know what your payout to be. It could be zero. It could be multi-millions, if not more. So it all depends on your leverage that you put up when you come in. Right now, I'll tell you, me personally, I'm holding 3 Intel options. I'm holding one to 2025, I'm holding one to 2026, and then I have one to 2027. The one for 2027, I have $300 in. The one for 2026, I have $200 in. And the one for 2025, I'm up to about $400 to $500 in. All right. So now as Intel runs, and I have them going all of them going to $30, $35. So if I'm correct and Intel runs for the next few years, that money will forever grow. I picked those dates because, well, I got one for May. May is my anniversary month. I told you earlier, I'm too cheap. I love the hell out of my wife, but I'm too cheap. And when I tell you my wife eats expensive, ooh, so I got to have good money for that. So I start planning now. So I put away about 500 where my goal is to get about 1,000 into my one for May. And then if Intel is still down, I want to get 1,000 in the one to 2026. And if she stay down that long, I want to get another 1,000 in the one for 2027. And then I'll be happy on them. And then I'll jump into something else and trade that. You understand? So as they grow, because they can grow to 6-7 figures, just that one option alone. Now, does that work for every company? Yes, it does. But you got to find out what that company has going on and everything. Intel is taking an absolute A beating, y'all. They got a new CEO. They cut dividends. They had to get rid of some products. So they had to do all of this to save over a few billion dollars in savings to get the company back on track. President Trump is now coming in and finna cut them another $1 billion. I don't know about y'all, but I can work magic with $2 billion. I promise you. I feed a nation with $20. So imagine what I do with $2 billion. All right. So that's that. So that's Intel. Man, when I tell you all my little devil dogs and you little pinheads, I love the hell out of y'all, man. So the biggest thing to learn is just understanding what I gave you. Take your time, understand Robinhood. That's your mission until the next time I decide when I'm going to do a live. When, I don't know. But they damn sure won't continue to be free. But what I will tell you guys, I will do another one because I'm building my Discord. I kind of been slacking because I'm lazy. I'm retired and I smoke a lot of weed. So it's just kind of like, I don't want to do this because I know y'all going to make my hairline recede even more because none of you are going to do what the hell I tell you to. But when I build this Discord, I'll have essentially a lot of AI bots in there. So for you guys right now that don't know a lot about trading and you're so lost, you don't know who to talk to, I will have AI bots in there. You can ask these bots any type of questions like, what is a stock? What is this? What is an option contract and whatever? And it'll answer these questions for you and hopefully speed up your learning curve. All right, because I don't want you guys doing what I did. I came out and I took this shit off, and I didn't take it serious. These lines frustrated me. I got mad, and I just stopped learning. I did that. That was the stupidest thing I could ever did. So I don't want you guys to ever do that. Don't give up. Read what I gave you. I promise. I just sped up everything, guys. I think that's it. Simplify. I love each and every one of y'all. And one next year, when I put it, it had a link to my Discord, and we're all getting there. My goal is to do I said a 10K challenge, but I think y'all been following me enough that, man, we could shoot for like a 50 to 100K challenge. And that 50 to 100K challenge will start in January. And our goal is to have 50 to 100K by the end of the year. That's the goal. And the trading Discords I'm in, that's just what we do. We like to damn support each other, and we love to see guys that used to work at McDonald's become millionaires because their life changes for the better. So that's what we want, man. So yeah, simplify. Yeah, crap. Most definitely, man. I'm all on it. Yeah, matter of fact, Stu, yeah, we need to talk because a lot of those chat GPTs and they got trade GPTs. So guys, at the board, the quicker you can get sped up with a lot of this shit you don't even need to do. Man, they got bots out there doing it for you. Like a lot of these guys make you pay. You got to pay that monthly subscription. Nobody in the trading world is giving away game for free except my goofy ass. You know what I'm saying? And I just do it because I got a big heart. I just feel like even from the grave, my granny will whoop me sometime if I don't stop what I'm doing and help people. So I'm very passionate about helping you guys. But one thing she didn't tell me to do is be a fool of my time. My time is very expensive. So I hands down got you. And when I get this Discord up, I promise y'all, my goal is to make anybody that truly, truly rocks with me is to make you damn rich as shit. All right. So that we can really chill. So again, I love y'all, man. Simplify. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, whatever the hell y'all celebrate. And let's step in. All right. You got Intel, you got Palantir, and you got SoFi. If you guys don't make no money with that, I'm gonna feel totally disrespected. All right. Love y'all. Rah.